Okay, there we go. Alrighty then. So, are we all good to start? Everyone on the toilet got a drink, filled with energy and vigor and ready to go?
Sure.
Hell yes. Right. Okay. Intro music, let's go. Last we left off, the Wayward Wanderers had travelled once again to the city of Ral Nibblegup to escort Adrielus to the Lord's meeting he was summoned to. As Baylor accompanied him and witnessed the formal end to the meeting, his friends outside in the market heard a loud explosion and a pillar of black smoke erupt from the residential stack to the west. They all rushed to the scene as quick as they could, finding death and destruction on their arrival. The ground floor of a stack of houses had somehow exploded. Ash and char lined the walls and floor, or at least what was left of them. For this 4-stack-high pile of houses had all of their front walls and ceilings blasted away, leaving an open face of destruction to the public. The back wall that was keeping the whole thing standing looked unstable, and the Wayward Wanderers rushed to gather survivors as well as anyone injured by the impact of the blast. After doing what they could, they spoke to the nearby guards that had helped keep the citizenry at bay. These kinds of explosions were sadly not uncommon, and were growing more frequent in the last few weeks. Expound Labs. Factories set up in an impoverished housing to create the drug that some of the Wayward Wanderers were familiar with. The group acted fast, moving to intercept whom they thought to be the Carrion King, the main manufacturer of the drug in the city. Members of the group became a little uneasy as it came to light that other members were aware of his deeds and were minorly responsible for his prominence in the city. After cornering and interrogating the man, it became clear that this wasn't the Carrion King himself, just a drug mule that bore the name and adapted a character while pushing the drug under the guise of Perry the Potion and Poison Seller. In this moment, Andros felt a sudden urge of anger within him, and his arm began to move on his own. Though he was able to stop it initially, Andros immediately recognized the danger and tried to leave the building, only to be frozen in his tracks and unable to move his body. The ever-helpful Cedric assisted in forcefully removing him from the building, only to be met with an unparalleled force of anger that exhibited strength that Andros had hitherto seemed not capable of. As the pair tussled on the ground, Andros felt a final surge of anger rack his body, but was able to subdue it. And as the anger flushed out of his body, so did his vitality. His comrades watched as his muscles sapped, his skin sagged, and soon he was left an emaciated, haggard shadow of himself. But it wasn't just his physicality. Andros felt his power leaving him also. As he lay on the ground, realizing all the spells he had cultivated and all the abilities he had trained were disappearing from him, Andros was left with a feeling that maybe he had made a wrong choice in chiding the malefic power that haunted his dreams. The group, stunned by this revelation, left the drug peddler to himself temporarily and went to find respite for the night. Tying up Andros in his bed as a final act of assurance, they hope that he can will some kind of contact with whatever lurks within him. Wayward Wanderers, I must remind you, every action has a consequence, and that saying has never been more relevant as it is now. Whilst you are all certainly capable individuals, never forget for even a moment that each and every one of you is mortal. And there are likely thousands of beings that could snuff out your life with a snap of their fingers. You always seem to find yourselves at the most interesting crossroads. A place where each individual will always seem to try to tell you a different story. But are they all different stories? Or are they just the same story from different perspectives? Are those stories truthful or an attempt to deceive? Are they right and wrong stories? Who even has the authority to clear that? All of these questions could be debated by scholars until Father Time himself grows bored and ceases to exist, but eventually, some brave soul needs to make a choice and could change the course of history forever. Wayward Wanderers, as you've all laid to rest for tonight, weary from the previous day, one of you is still holding center stage. His day is not quite finished. Andros. Though you were tied with Cedric for having the most reason to be tired, you take the longest out of the group to fall asleep. Your body and mind are filled with angst, knowing you have to do something, but that doing anything at all may already be out of your reach. You may have come to the end of your life, the end of the line, and you could spend the rest of your days withered and bereft of vigor. Something that doesn't help is knowing that somewhere in the room with you, at least one of your comrades is watching over you. It's an uncomfortable feeling, knowing that you're a burden on others, and an unfamiliar feeling too. So far, you've lived a life of independence and isolation. Until recently, your life has been absent any true group of friends or even family. Growing up an orphan in Dragon's Rest was no easy feat, and you had to fight for survival, more than anyone else in your group. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like having only yourself to rely on and having your life on the line every single day. They don't know the pains of starvation like you do. They don't know the feelings of exile like you do. Knowing that deep inside you, something truly vile is festering, waiting, biding its time. And worst of all, this could have all been avoided. A thought that's tortured you since you were young, since you lost your family. That's something you've not thought of in a long time. Come to think of it, that's something you didn't know until now. A repressed memory? You remember the time you spent agonizing, crying yourself to sleep in an alley, wishing they could be here. How did you not remember? You feel a sudden sinking feeling. Not emotionally, but physically. Like a hole just opened in your bed and you start plummeting. You don't feel any rushing wind past you. You just know you're falling. And then, BAM! You feel your back strike a solid surface. You open your eyes. Your vision is really hazy. You see a blue sky overhead. Possibly some clouds too. But your vision prevents you from making out details. You hear some footsteps next to your head. And you see a small child walking on a wooden floor. They walk over to a small wooden wall and then turn back in your direction. A spike of recollection hits you in your chest. It's you. You're on a boat. You can feel the floor rock with the ebb and flow of the water. That child version of you looks so happy, filled with whimsy, silly ideas, and a happiness you've not felt in a long time. His gaze is directly past you. And once he walks past you once again, you feel the weird shift in point of view. As your eyes change to be his eyes, you see him walk up to two individuals. You recognize them from their dress straight away. It's your parents. And as you look up at them, you look to their faces, and you're struck by something. You can't make out their facial features. Like it's obscured. The rest of your vision all around is still hazy. Have you forgotten what your own parents looked like? You watch as your mother takes a step back and looks at something in the distance behind you, and you see a shadow engulf you and a wide space around you. You watch as your mother dives towards you and grasps you in her arms, and you feel a snap, crack, loud sound over to the side of you as the boat is impacted by a giant tentacle. You see the boat snap and start to break and come apart. You watch as your father dives ahead of you and gets poof, knocked and lies limp and cold on the floor. Your mother's grip on you tightens. She's holding you, embracing you so close and just crushing you. It hurts. She's holding you so tightly. You feel an impact as both of you are hit by something, and then you feel a cold sensation of water enwrap you both. You both start to steadily sink. Your mother's grip on you doesn't loosen. In fact, she holds you tighter, squeezing you even more. You feel your body being crushed, and yet the both of you keep sinking. It's a horrific feeling, and you can't gauge how long has passed. But eventually, you feel that energy of tensity from your mother vanish, and her grip slowly loosens. As you float away from a lifeless corpse, you start to realize this is the end of your life. You can't shout or scream being underwater, but you scream out internally, begging, wishing that something could stop this from happening, wishing that something could save you. And then you feel a rumble from deep down in the ocean. You can't see what it is. You don't even know what it is. But the rumbles sound like laughter. Not laughing at you, but...
Dax cut out twice during this, by the way.
Oh, did I?
For anyone else. Okay.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Made a tiny
Oh.
lag spike.
Nonetheless.
Sorry, Karen.
Sorry. The rumbles feel like laughter. You beg at whatever this is to save you. And you feel, you don't hear, but you feel some sort of conditions imposed upon you. You brush them aside. You just beg, yes, please, anything, save me. And you see as a spectral hand raises itself up towards you and buries itself in your chest. You feel a sudden rush of water as you are being pushed back to the surface. This is how you came to the island. Now in your dreams you remember it all clear as day. You hadn't thought about this in so long. Probably didn't want to think about it. With barely a moment left to process any of this, you're still in a pitch black void. You feel a presence all around you, intense, angry. But you feel that its attention isn't on you.
I look around, is there anyone else there?
You look around, you can't even see anything. You don't even know if you're anywhere. It's just a pitch black void. Feel this presence, but you just know that it's like directed somewhere else. You don't feel like you're underwater anymore. This is something different, not a recollection. As you look down, you are your now withered self that you are still slowly getting used to. If you wanted to make any kind of plea, now would be the time.
I just say fairly loudly, I'm here to talk.
You feel a sudden snapping in the eminent power in the room. Suddenly you feel needles all over your skin, pressure from all angles, every bit of you being pressured. You who had nothing, who came from nothing. I gave you power because I need a weapon. If you are not willing to foster that hatred, that unbridled power, then someone else will. You feel a sinking sensation again as you feel like you're being pulled away from the space you're in. That needling feeling all over your skin just loosens and you're just falling further and further away from it.
I just say, I am willing. Just need to be smart about it. Being smart's how I've managed to last this long.
Then prove you are willing. And woof, you are yanked out from this dreamscape and you try to like jump out of bed, but the restraints keep you tied there. I believe, who took the last watch out of you guys? It was either, I think it was Zinni, right?
I
Yeah,
think
it's me.
so.
Zinni, you see Andros suddenly wake, covered in sweat and panting.
Okay, do I still look the same?
You still look like a withered old man.
Okay, well. Okay.
Okay, indeed. It's a lot to process. And it's hard to really gauge what happened right now. Whenever you come out of these dreams, it's always hard to tell if they even really happened. But we're awake now, and everybody is free to press the long rest buttons on their character sheet. Except you, Ale, you need to stay at 50% HP. With dawn
Yeah, so
breaking and
instructions
a
on.
golden light in the sky, the day is now yours. Though you do remember, you still have a guest, I guess, somewhere in the Lord's Garden, though they are in the garden, not in any of these rooms.
As I wake up, I'll immediately go downstairs to see if Adrielus is working.
Okay. Whilst he goes down and does that, is anyone doing anything in the immediate time? Any conversations happening?
Yeah, I check on the weird person that woke up sweating. See whether he's had any visitors while we were all sleeping.
I don't know.
Do I trust him?
I don't know. Do you trust him?
Am I not rolling?
You don't
I
need to,
don't.
actually. I don't think. Do you trust it? You just don't? You can just say you
do
don't
not.
trust him.
Oh, okay. Are you sure you haven't had any?
As I said, no, I don't know if I did or not.
Can I see that he seems rather, affected by what's happened throughout the night?
You still see that he's like somewhat panting. He's lost all constitution and he's like, without being able to really sort of like exert much energy, it's taking him a while to recover from sleeping.
I don't really trust you, but when you feel like you want to talk about it, we're here. And if you try anything dangerous, well, don't. That's it.
Okay.
Baylor, you head down to the garden immediately. Going into the garden, you're greeted by the pleasant music that's been playing basically non-stop. The moment you step into the garden, you see Adrielus there, in his stag form, standing stoically, looking off into a corner. He acknowledges
approach.
your presence and turns towards you.
Good morning, Adrianus. Hope you had a good night. I know this is not quite like the forest, but this is definitely the best that this city has to offer in terms of nature.
You watch as he reels back on his hind legs and slowly starts to transform back into his humanoid form. His tree trunk legs spread their roots onto the ground, grassy hair flowing on his back. This city used to have plenty more foliage. I hope that there will come a time when it does once again.
I hope so too. It just feels empty with so little greenery around.
He walks up to the central tree in the middle of this garden, which everything's sort of like centered around. It's a fairly small garden still. He rests his hand on it, and you watch as the whole tree starts to bloom and blossom a bunch of flowers and even some fruit in areas that the tree shouldn't probably have been capable of doing. Takes his hand off the tree and gently swishes his hand around. The rest of the garden starts to do the same. All of the foliage around it is flourishing in ways it has probably never done before.
This is amazing, Adrianus. This is something the city needs. At least in my opinion. I'm not sure how Dewey would feel about it through the rest of his city.
You catch an ever so slight smirk on Adrielus's face, and he nods gently. Baylor, I owe you some thanks. Old as we are, sometimes it is the short life of moral beings that wills proper change into the world, whether it is for better or for worse. This time it was for the better.
I don't think thanks are needed, Adrianus. I felt I'm doing my duty to the forest. The forest is my home, after all.
That is true. But a place like this could be your home too. You are far more adaptive than either I or the Nadzuratelli. Do not sell yourself short. You are one with much potential.
Thank you, Adrialis. That means a lot coming from you.
I have spent longer away from the Eversplendor than I have in many centuries, and I now wish to bid my adieu and head back.
Would you like us to accompany you to the edge of the forest?
There is no need. You have business within the city yourselves. I shall head off myself. Give my well wishes to your group, Baylor.
I will, and thank you, Adrialis, for everything. It was quite an adventure for me.
You watch as the glowing green motive energy on his head starts to glow ever brighter, and a portal slowly opens. You see in there the Eversplendor. You see Murthid in there as well. Pokes his head through, waves at you. Adrialis nods his head slightly at you, walks through, and the portal closes.
With that, I'll turn and make my way back inside and go look for the rest of my friends.
You catch up with the rest of your friends, and they're all in the eatery having breakfast. It's really breakfast. You guys ate here for like a week or two straight. You were a while in this city, and it's definitely considerably less grand than Ralhalfthid, but more familiar, more enjoyable in some sense. Though your one thing that's very different is your withered prune of a friend.
Dex, just a quick question. Sorry, I've
Mm-hmm.
been looking at my spells since we rested. I get 10, right?
You should. Hold on. 5.5 cleric.
I think it's the same as the druid, so it should be 10, yeah.
7th level, you have 11 prepared spells, actually.
Oh, sick. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, yeah, 11.
You've got one more to get as well, then, have you?
No, I've got 11 prepared.
Also, Shift, I'm not sure if you stated it out loud or not, but have you attuned to your cloak and taken off your metal armor?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to describe what this cloak looks like to the group as well? Because I left this up to you.
Oh, I'll have to give that a bit of thought.
Okay.
But for now, you definitely see me wearing a cloak and not wearing metal armor.
Looking dapper.
Looking like a proper druid.
Feeling like a proper druid.
So, what's on the agenda today, group?
Well, I don't know if we should leave the inn yet. I did speak to Dewey before we left. Like, after all the things, and I went back to meet Adrialis, I chatted with Dewey, and he did say he'd be sending over the captain of the guard who's been leading the investigation up to this point. So he's coming here sometime this morning. I think we should wait for him before we venture out into the city.
I do believe that we should probably also move to the other place that we are expecting delivery at. Just to monitor it a bit.
I would also, while we're in the city, I would like to go see the armorers.
My
Okay.
hair's wet, so it's tied up.
All good.
I was asking Platt in the background if she knows if augury is good. Do I like? I've took it because I want to see what it does, but if anyone knows anything about this spell,
I know a little bit about it from Critical Role, and it's more an RP spell than a useful spell. If that makes sense.
Like, yeah, I like RP spells more
Mhm.
than combat spells.
You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a course of action that you plan to take within 30 minutes. Ooh, okay. I won't follow the omen table that's there, but I can definitely give you some kind of omen for sure if you use it.
The what table?
On the spell description, there's like a different sort of like good, bad, neither good or bad, sort of like results table
Okay.
that I can, like, DMs could generally use, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to wing it.
Where did they use it in Critical Role?
They had another druid join them for a session or two.
Oh, was that
Oh.
a campaign
Um,
too?
Yeah, in campaign 2 at
Yeah,
some
I
point.
remember.
Is it named
Oh,
Nala?
okay.
Oh fuck, that's a pull from.
Yeah, I think it was Nala.
That's a pull
Yeah,
from so
that's,
far back. I've not watched that in like 6 years.
Yeah.
She had like a bag of stuff,
Hmm.
some animal
Yeah.
bones and some leaves and things.
I remember that now. Yeah. Okay.
Whilst you guys are thumbing through your spells for the day, thinking about what might be appropriate, what you might want to take, and all of you giving side glances to Andros, just really taking in the fact that he literally looks like a skeleton in a skin bag. You hear the marching of footsteps, and into the room walks a lug, one of the Lord's guards, though you see this one is dressed considerably more ornately. This is likely the captain that Baylor has mentioned was due to be here. Wayward Wanderers.
We're here. Come join us.
Alright.
He comes over and stands by your table, chooses not to sit down. I've been...
Do you not want to take a seat?
No, it's official business. I'm working right now. I've been sent here to give a breakdown of the recent explosions that have been happening within the city. Expand related. I understand that you're looking into the matter somewhat.
We are. Yeah. One of the explosions happened during the Lord's meeting yesterday. And I was in the meeting and offered to Dewey to look into it. So yeah, we're going to look into it.
Well, I hope this doesn't sound too selfish. Part of me hopes that you don't find anything because you'll upstage me a little too much, but of course, for the safety of the city, I do hope that you uncover something that we were not able. We've been looking into the matter quite a bit. We thought we were on the tail of something for quite a while, some sort of into their supply chain. These drug peddlers thought they were ever so funny, leaving dead drops at the Dead Drop Inn. We caught on rather quickly, but the squad that were assembled weren't able to pick up a trace of anyone who had left something there. And it's gone cold ever since. They likely still are using dead drops, though we don't exactly know where anymore. I know that you head out quite quickly after the meeting yesterday. Were you able to find anything yesterday in the haze of all the frantic motions in the city?
Not really, no. We're more there to help the people who had been hurt and injured than anything else. We'd need to start an investigation from scratch. I'm not sure how to go about it at this stage. Maybe looking for product ourselves.
We do have somewhat of a lead, though we've been tentative in pursuing it. We believe that some of the final product is being pushed in the market itself, though we think it not fruitful to the investigation to pursue the individual. Perry's Potions and Poisons, I'm sure you've seen the stall. We're fairly certain that individuals are buying drugs from him, though knowing that they use dead drops, we think that it's best to not arrest him and take him in, as the supply chain still lingers somewhere else. What we do know about their manufacturing process, in terms of the ingredients for Expound, they've been known publicly for some many years. One of the reasons that it's so difficult to track down is that it contains a lot of mundane ingredients, a lot of things that normally wouldn't cause any sort of issues, the kind of things that are difficult to track and so abundant, except for one. The most volatile of all the ingredients that makes it such a volatile compound in the manufacturing process is powdered teeth of the Eldritch Shambles west of Ironfetter. Ironfetter, I'm sure you know, harvests all manner of alchemical ingredients from the Eldritch sea monsters that they do battle with and haul back to shore, the ground-up teeth of which appear to have some psychoactive abilities to them.
So it's specifically the sea ones, is what you're saying?
Yes, mainly because the shambles on the island don't happen to have teeth most of the time, but also their bodies disappear very quickly after they've been killed. The sea monsters, however, their corpses just lie there, and the many clans of Ironfetter drag them in and harvest their bodies for ingredients, sell them on the mainland.
Have you contacted authorities in Ironfetter to see if they can assist with who's selling the powder teeth?
They're already well aware of issues within their supply chain processes. All the families within Ironfetter are not taking any kind of ownership for where the leak is coming from, and it'd be hard to investigate any further on that end, though they do have to be smuggling it somehow, some way into other cities.
And the powder teeth, are they used for something other than drugs? Like, what's the purpose of harvesting these things at all?
That's a realm of knowledge that I'm not best suited to, but I assume that anything with psychoactive capabilities can be used in all manner of different ways. Expound itself, if not for the horrific side effects, would be an amazing drug. It makes you infinitely more perceptive, intelligent, and even charismatic for sometimes days. Once the effect of the drug wears off, once the effect of the drug wears off, it can sometimes just permanently take something away from you that you won't ever get back. You'll always be able to tell who's currently hopped up and high on this stuff. Eyes wide, perceiving everything around them as if they can see and hear and feel everything in any given moment. But unusually intelligent, able to do near enough everything about you just by looking at you. It's always a rather unsettling.
Hmm.
Though we know that Perry's likely been peddling some of the drug, we've been mostly pursuing most of the customers that happen to go to him and intercepting the drug there so as to not cause any further harm to the citizenry.
Hmm. Do you not think that somebody else might be peddling the drug then? If the citizenry get word of, their drugs being confiscated after buying from Perry's, they might be buying elsewhere.
Yes, there likely is more than one seller, but that's also one of the reasons we're not taking down Perry himself. If we do, another one likely just sprouts up in his place.
Yeah.
With regards to the factories themselves, all of them so far that we've found, 3 of which exploded, 1 we found ourselves, have all been squirreled away in stack neighborhoods. Not always on ground floor, but always out of sight. Windows often boarded up, or at the very least not allowing people to see inside.
And are you inspecting goods when they get brought into the city?
As much as we are justifiably able to. We can't go rifling through every single inch of every crate, but we can ensure that each crate at least holds what is purported to be inside it.
All right. The powdered teeth, do they, other than being psychoactive, do they hold any magical properties?
I myself am not sure, sorry.
Okay. If you do happen to find another factory where they're manufacturing, could you please let us know? We might not be staying at this inn. What's the other inn called where we're going to be staying, guys?
Can we remember the name of it? Because I have it written down as the usual spot.
That's helpful.
Good. Yeah, nice notes.
It's not the
You have none.
was-
Hey,
the ladies' garden
that's
was
in
the other one,
character.
right?
Ladies' Gardens in the
Yeah.
other city. It was one in this
Yeah.
city.
Oh,
listen. Sid has a very good sense of direction, so you'd
I
be
have it
able to
written
lead us
down.
there.
Wait, do we want to tell him the place we're actually going?
I don't think so. That's why I'm like,
What's the name of that inn we went to right at the start of the campaign when we were looking for the guy who hired us to get the guy out of prison?
it wasn't a dead drop, actually.
That was the dead drop, yeah.
Yeah,
drop.
so
That was the
that's-
seedy inn. The Lord's Garden is the nice inn.
Just say we've been hired for a job. And
Is that it? The Lord's Garden?
That's where you are
we
now.
can't
That's
say
where
we've
we're
been
at.
hired. The thing is, if we tell him where we're going to, they might think we have a clue on something, and they might monitor us, which would make it harder for us to do anything.
So
Well,
then
we just say we're
maybe we
staying
should
here then.
split up and have some of us stay here and some of us stay there.
Yeah, that's what I was. Well, sort of.
Plaid, did you say you know what the name of the other one is? You can just say it out of
yeah.
character.
Yeah, I've written a swarming siren.
Not quite
Is that
right.
it? Well, it's.
I'll
two
give
written-
it to you because you've made an effort to
Or
write down.
squinting siren, something like that. Something with an S and a siren.
It's the squirting siren.
Yeah, it's have that written
I
down.
hate that.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to go there.
Yeah, I have. I have squirting, then swash, swarming, because I was like, did I hear that correct? So okay, nice.
It sounds like
Yeah.
a brothel.
Correct.
No, but actually, no. It's a sexual. Yeah, that's the right answer.
We're actually not staying at a different place, Baylor. We're just gonna go check on a friend, see how they are doing, and then come back here.
Okay, so And I'll turn back to the if you have any new leads or if you find one of these factories, we will be here. Please just let us know.
Of
we can
course,
come
you
and
guys are
inspect
prominent
as well.
enough. We can see basically wherever you go. You are sort of mini celebrities in the city, more or less.
Oh,
Well,
A word I will say, though, is that if you also find some kind of factory, please don't go without us. We want to be able to lend assistance.
of
oh
course,
yeah.
of course.
If we
Excuse me,
found
sir.
anything about the factory.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I think you misspoke. We're definitely big celebrities.
My apologies. The biggest celebrities, arguably, at the moment, at least. Well, until
Thank you. Would you like my
until
autograph?
Carnellen comes to town. I've heard he performed in Ralhafta just a few days ago.
You know, we know him. We're friends.
Has the guard reacted at all to the old man sat near the avenging party?
You notice that he caught a glimpse of you at one point and looked slightly disturbed and hasn't looked at you since.
Okay, good.
One thing, Dax, while you were talking, I didn't want to interrupt, but I would have definitely done an inside check on him to see whether he's not saying everything he has to say to us, or
Sure.
whether he's just trying to hide a bit of what he knows, or he doesn't trust us, and that's why he's doing stuff like this.
Go ahead and roll.
Can I give assistance, seeing as I'm talking to him quite a bit?
You can indeed.
Okay,
So,
you can
am I
roll-
getting
roll-
advantage?
Yes.
I can't see. I have to close. Oh, 26. Lovely.
Okay. The guard opened up and he definitely seemed a little cagey at first. But as he's sort of carried on throughout this conversation, you've seen how he's opened up a good bit. You get the feeling that he was apprehensive at first, mainly because he wasn't fully sure of your guys' intention. But after the questions that you've asked back and forth and the emotions that you've shown towards the situation, he feels justified in being truthful, as he had been throughout the whole conversation.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, so what is your name?
My name, Zekla.
Zekla. Okay. Well, good to meet you, Zekla. And we will do our best to uncover this, whatever you want to call it.
And are you, Wayward Wanderers? I hope for everyone's sake that you at least turn up something.
We'll do our best, and I'm quite confident we will.
Should you need of me any further, front gate of the Lord's Mansion, say my name and one of them will grab me.
We can call you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
He gives you a suspicious side eye but says, okay.
And he hears in his head, "Hello."
He sort of gasps and freezes and then just rigidly
I wave.
turns and sort of starts to walk. Good day.
That's who I am now. Malicious changeling. Oh wait, mischievous, not malicious. Oof. Almost.
So if we're going to the inn where the dead drop's going to be, probably want to head there sooner rather than later, just in case we drop it off really early.
One problem. If people know of us and they will be noticing us, we need to find a way of being sneaky.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure no one recognizes me. You're a changeling, so you could just. That's not hard to deal with.
Man, wouldn't it be
So
so
you
cool
make
to
some-
have disguise self right now, Andros?
Yeah.
Well, I don't need it, but I'm already disguised.
True.
Andros, you see, not to be rude, but I don't see how having you there is helpful right now.
I mean, I could stay here, in case the guards come looking for you, I guess.
Well, technically.
I mean,
It-
the issue is I'm also moving at half speed as well, so I'll kind of slow everyone down.
I do think you should be around us, but I don't think it should be only just me and you. What if you decide to try and kill me? Maybe you think you have a chance now.
I mean, wouldn't that be more reason to have none of you around me?
What if you kill someone else that's in the inn? Then you're a criminal and we can't help you.
Well, that sounds like an issue for justice system at that point.
Huh. Well, if they arrest you, we kind of know where to find you, so
Yeah, you'll find me
be
next to,
fine.
in the cell next to Pinchy.
Well, not
we have
here.
we have previously had a plan for breaking somebody out of the prison, so we could just
I probably do
rehash
just-
still
that
have.
plan.
I probably do still have that document somewhere.
Surely. So that's a good point of someone having to be here in case of them having some information for us. At the same time, I highly doubt they would expect us to be here non-stop, as in like for us to not go out. So technically, they can just leave a message and we can ask the guards to. Well, we can pay for rooms and we will be technically staying here. Not all the time, but we will be technically staying here. And then
think
we
the
can all
main-
go to the place and
the
get
main
messages
thing is-
here.
The
Yeah.
movement speed, but also I kind of stand out a bit.
We can help you not stand out. Don't worry about that. We just need to find a way for all of us to be rather sneaky when we leave this place.
Andros, in the middle of this conversation, you suddenly find yourself feeling somewhat distracted. And you catch yourself glancing towards the front entrance. You've got some kind of feeling. A weird sort of familiar shiver runs through your body.
I mean, it's a very nice door.
One question, team. I make sure that no one's here to hear us or like be able to hear our conversation. Do you think it's worth mentioning if we find something to the guards as of the drop place? Maybe they might help. He seemed truthful.
The problem is, if the organization that's behind it is this big, they might have, people in the guard. So if we let the guards know, they might find out we're onto them.
I'm so good with these criminal shits.
You-
I assume it
you
could
kind of
be.
want to get the guard involved when we already know the next step, if that makes sense.
Well, in that case, should we, pay for a few more days here and then move towards the other place?
I mean, yeah, we probably want to make sure we're at the dead drop place like well before they'd expect us to be there.
Yeah, and we should make sure that every now and then we show up here, check for messages, and then go back to the other place. While we are thinking about what to do, I go to the clerk and pay for 4 more evenings
Okay.
for 2
What-
rooms only. How
what
much?
I'd suggest as well is if you are going to be staying at that other inn, is we've come up with a cover story as to why we're staying, why we're there. Because if we're just adventurers hanging around there for some reason, that's going to look pretty sus. Whereas if we're there, maybe we ask around for somebody who doesn't exist and say we're trying to find him or something.
Well, I was thinking more of I go and buy the room under a different personality, and then you guys kind of sneak in.
I'm some of us sneak in, but Cedric sneaking in through a crowded bar doesn't
I
seem.
can make sure most of you sneak in.
Give me a disguise.
I can just make you invisible and you have additional roll on stealth.
And
I
then
have
you
a
just
question
have
for
like every single
futures.
person in the bar running into him and knocking their drinks over.
Well, that's if he rolls really low on his stealth check, right? He should be fine.
Well, is this if he rolls really high, they won't see him. So it's more his agility check to dodge everyone.
What was your question, Tony?
Sorry, I got sent a dog video. For a future stealth mission, can I? What spell is it? I don't have it prepared now, but for potential in the future,
Is it
can
pass
I
without a
do a
trace?
stone shape and then
Oh.
someone pushes me?
Yeah.
Stone shape's an
Because I
interesting
assume
one.
I can't move as a stone shape.
And we can have Baylor as a fucking cat, basically, and he's my pet. And I can just check in into the other hotel with my cat. And the other two can be invisible. I can be just a really weird lady. With the face of Magdalena, of course.
Hey.
Andros, another shiver takes over you. Weird, familiar shiver. And your eyes are once again drawn to the front door.
I mean, if we're going to head out, it's probably best we head out sooner rather than later. Like I said, the dead drop could already be placed there for all we know.
Didn't he tell us when he's expecting a next drop? It was 3 days.
He told
I
us
remember
that's
something about 3 days.
when he picks it up. Doesn't mean that's when they're leaving, considering they've gone through this with the guard before, where the guard were waiting around to see who drops off stuff and nobody dropped off anything. It either means there's somebody who in the guard who warned them not to drop it off, or they dropped it off really early. It could be that nobody gets rented that room. The innkeeper was in on it. Nobody rents that room out until the heat comes picks it up.
And we know which room it is, right?
Yeah, I think we do. So I think if we get there basically now, then there's a better chance of seeing. Because presumably it's going to be a decent amount of stuff. So you're going to notice somebody coming into the bar with a crate of something.
Unless they're using a bag of holding. That's out of character. Baylor doesn't know about bags of holding.
I can't do anymore, but imagine, is there somebody here who can use alarm? We could alarm the door so we know when somebody goes inside.
I don't
I
think any of
can't.
you have it.
But it's just a second.
It's not a spell that I have to be able to use. Can I jelly meow in? I'm seeing if I've got something.
While we're doing all that, I would like to unattune to my rope of my rope that gives me a spell when I reattune to it, and I'll attune to it again and exchange tongues for this. Wait, no, I don't think that works. Just a second, I need to figure it out.
Dax, does my amulet still give me 10 temporary hit points?
It does.
29 health, nice.
Both these guys and Outer Self are basically a self spell, so it wouldn't work.
I've got clairvoyance, but I don't know if I can use it in this way that we want to use it.
How's it written? Was it say?
It says you create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. The intangible, invulnerable sensor remains in place for the duration. When you cast the spell, choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in its space. As a bonus action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. A creature that sees the sensor, such as a creature benefiting from seeing visibility or true sight, sees a luminous orb about the size of your fist.
Ooh, okay, and what's the range on that spell?
1 mile.
Ooh, so you can just get close to the inn and put the sensor in the inn.
Yeah. That's actually very good. How long does it stay up, this sensor?
It says 10 minutes. So is that the sense? The sensor only lasts for 10 minutes?
I think it seems so. Would be a bit OP if it lasted a very long time.
Yeah. I was like, oh, we
But
can monitor with that.
I always envisioned it lasting. I always envisioned it lasting longer because it means that, or in my head, it meant that we could put it somewhere and then go to the other side of town and then use it. But yeah, it's only 10 minutes then.
You could
It's a
use
bit
it in
shit.
convent. I mean, do you need to be at the place to put it there, or can you do it remotely?
I've never been in that inn, so we'd have to be outside of it for me to put it inside, right?
Okay, well, it isn't really an option then, because as soon as you go into that room, it's kind of blown.
Unless we go in the inn and then once we've left and we need to check back, I can
Yeah.
put it
Yeah,
in
but
there.
you
But
need to like see the inside of the room, won't you?
yeah,
But the issue is, as soon as we go in there, if there's anyone watching, we're done. We kind of need to not have any. We kind of need to basically not go into that room until we see somebody else go in, and then we confront them.
can we maybe go to a shop and see if I can get like invisibility or something? And try
I have
that?
invisibility. I can make you invisible.
Oh, then can we not use that?
That's what I was thinking of using. I can make at least 2 people invisible, or even more with if I use 4th level spell slot.
Well, maybe me and you go in, because I can imagine once I place the sensor that I become uninvisible, right? So I'd need you to
Yeah.
help me get out.
But the thing is, this sensor lasts only 10 minutes. We can't really use it like that, can we? We don't know when this will happen.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
well, you know which room the drop's going to happen in, right?
well, yeah.
So you could
We could just sit in there invisible.
well, you could wait until you see someone enter the room, then place the
That-
sensor inside of it to make sure that they're the one actually given the drop.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what you want to do. 'Cause it could just be they do actually rent out them to people, and it's just a random person. But if you see some shady person inside hiding something under the bed, then it's probably them.
So does that mean that we're gonna camp outside invisible instead? And wait for someone to enter the
We'll
room?
probably need to be in a different set of rooms.
I was thinking a different room. We don't even have to be in more than one.
Yeah, we have to be close enough where if there is somebody in there, we can get to that room quickly to confront them. Because I doubt just knowing what the face looks like is going to help much. We need to actually find them while we're doing it.
How I imagined it would have been us going there, and then for the next 4 days, basically sort of speed up time and just stake out every now and then. Make sure we see what's happening within the inn or the rooms that are there. Also, make sure every now and then someone shows up at this inn and make sure that we check for like messages if something's happened. And or I can just ask. I don't know. I can think of something.
Yeah, I mean, so it's going to take some time to travel there anyway. Do we want to just head out and finish up the planning on the way there?
Well, we can't do that because the guy literally said we are some sort of celebrities in here, so we will be seen going there, and we don't really want that, do we?
But I mean, we've got to get there in some way. Can we not go through the sewers like we did before?
I was thinking we go towards it, and before we actually enter the place, just do pass without a trace, a few invisibilities, and I can change to a different person, then buy a room, and then we can go to the room while being super stealthy.
Yeah, but yeah, as I said, with that, we still need to start heading there. So.
Yeah, we can start heading there, but before we get to the
Oh yeah, we'll
actual
wait
place,
out of line of sight of it and like around a corner. And
yeah.
such.
Can you show us on the map where it is, Dax? Because no fucking idea.
I'm not sure you guys actually formally got told at any point, but
Well, we have a map. Well, it wouldn't say the name,
I
right?
think given that you've spent enough time in the city, you can probably would have at least heard the general direction that it was, and you know that it's around the Adventurers Guild, but like in the stacks.
Hmm.
So the inn is in the stacks.
But like close to the Adventurers Guild, that area of town.
So it's going to be a
So
bit of a
it's-
rough inn.
Would it be the blue huge building behind the Adventure Guild's place? Well, a bit south of it.
That looks more like guard building,
Could be.
based on the other ones at least. I mean, if we go up there, I would imagine it's pretty obvious if it's a bar, it's going to be advertising itself. You know, to kind of want people to go into it normally.
I hate to do this, but can you quickly remind me what we're basically gonna do and why?
Stake out, because last session when we were talking with the Perry guy that we thought was the actual drug dealer, he told us that he's expecting a drop in 4 days within this place. So we're gonna go there and stake out for until he gets the drop, right?
Yeah.
Just to try and see who's the actual dealer.
Character.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Thank you.
So that's the plan, but we need to be a bit sneaky about it because we don't want the guards to know that we are,
Yeah.
moving there.
Sounds good. Mhm.
Okay, so
I need a disguise.
I can make you invisible.
I know, but like, how long does that last? You know, it's
An
just-
hour?
Okay. That works.
You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, that works.
You just need to go into a room and then not really make too much noise, I suppose.
All right.
And then, Dax, if I wanted to purchase some armor, I can't remember if there's a leather armor place close to the Adventurers Guild, or if it was the blacksmith that was there and the leather armor place was in the market.
The blacksmith is close to the Adventurers Guild. The leather worker is in the market.
Okay.
Before we
I mean-
go, I want to make sure, or at least I want to attempt to go to the bathroom. But I'm not entirely sure if I can force it or not. You know?
Make sure
I
everything
read-
still works.
Well, no, like you can't always go on command, right? But I kind of just want to make sure that it won't be an issue when I'm invisible, and I could just focus on my task. So
I'll say while this conversation was all happening, you went and did that. That's why when you came back, you asked, "What are we doing again?"
fair. But did I actually manage to go?
Yes, yes, you did.
Okay. You don't want me to roll for that? Alright.
No, you are once again in control of your body, and though it feels similar to what it did before, you're just happy that everything works as it should again.
Okay, great. Cool.
Great.
Glad we took the time to talk about that.
Hey
Well,
man,
I
it's
was
part of his
thinking,
character.
It is.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, like...
This is the guy that's known for pooping on people, by the way. So
I mean, when I have to. I mean, when I... No, that's not the right way of saying it. When I can. Because
When
shitting
he's
on
peer
command...
pressured by me.
Yeah, shitting on command is not the easiest thing to do, so...
that's true.
I just went to the toilet, and I just gave you the opening as well, Dax, to be like, okay, go roll if you actually managed to take a shit or not.
No, I'd say that you've been holding it in the last couple of days, especially with you having had that disease. You were too scared to
Okay,
try
fine.
before now.
Fine, we're gonna miss the do I have to fart while I'm invisible part, but that's fine.
You can still need to fart, brother. That's-
No, I let go. I'm good. I did my dump.
What's happening?
You're ruining
Let the
Scott's
men
RP right now,
fart.
Mr. Dungeon Master.
Sorry, my bad. Railroading players, my god.
I do think that there's a big possibility that talking about shit is one of the things we do more frequently than any other things.
Yeah. Have you
Do we have a
looked at
problem?
our party?
I mean, it all started with those fucking chimneys, so you know, kind of Dex to blame.
That was Dax's fault, okay?
Yeah,
He started
exactly. I mean, you kind of lean into that though, but you know.
that.
But he started it. He gave us the quest.
Technically, I started everything.
Technically, he let us be shitters, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's leg it.
Hello.
Hello.
I think a
Yeah.
cat is just.
Hello.
Random cat.
Peanut
attack.
snuggling my shoes.
Aww.
Oh.
I'm loving the progress we're making, team.
Yeah.
I imagine,
What
Platt,
Sometimes you
you've.
need a cat break.
Though you're all
Not
still in the
really.
inn, and Platt, I imagine you've made a fuck ton of notes this session already.
Yeah.
Where's your sister?
I mean, I did miss on some stuff, but definitely Andrus's whole thing, I did keep good notes
I saw
of,
you
and then
jotting shit down like wildfire.
that's something no one should read. Because I don't think they can.
All right. So you guys are heading out. Right. You go and
One remark, we can make it look as if we're going towards the Adventurers Guild, but we're gonna take the long way through the shacks to find and pinpoint the place, and then we go to the Adventurers Guild, check for jobs and stuff, leave, hide in some ditch, do the whole stealthy thing, me changing my appearance to Magdalena, and yeah.
okay. So you guys all gather up and you start to head out.
I won't head with everyone else. I so promise if I get seen like walking along main streets with all of you, then people will kind of know it's me. If I'm kind of forced to look different, I'd rather make sure it's not associated with this.
Are you gonna like walk behind them then, or like?
I mean, I'm going to be walking behind him anyway, you know, the speed, so just even further.
Fair enough.
Okay. Make sure you buy one of the rooms that are near the place, the drop, and I'll buy the other. So we have two, I suppose.
Do you want to remind him which room the drop's happening in?
I think it's number 4. Yeah. No,
Four.
that's.
It probably isn't 104. It was just 4.
I remember 4, but I don't have it written down for some reason. And there is a word I have no fucking idea what it means, so that's that.
See, I think this is actually a legitimate skill issue, Plant.
Okay.
The look of disdain I just got.
I don't have to do that every day,
So,
Brighton.
you guys are all gathered in the lobby talking about where you're going to be going, how you're going to get there. And as you guys go to leave, I imagine like most of you having in a big bulk, right, initially? And it's just Andros tagging behind slowly.
Yeah.
As soon as you open the
Yeah.
door, you notice something a bit peculiar. You see a lot of foot traffic heading north. Quite rushed. Some people look
Should we
really
follow?
panicked. Are looking back behind them and are walking north quickly as sort of like at a brisk pace.
So if we look back to where they're coming from, do we notice or see what they could possibly be moving away from?
It's hard to see over the stack of houses and inns that are like in between everything.
Okay.
There's like a
S-
lot of people on the street here.
So
Can I ask one?
Absolutely.
you can, yeah.
Excuse me, sir. What is everyone
Oh,
seemingly running away from?
I don't know. I heard an explosion. I'm just moving the other way.
An explosion?
I don't know what it was. I just know I don't need to be there.
Okay.
We need to help.
So we can't see like signs of an explosion, like smoke or anything?
Yesterday, when you helped out, there was a big pillar of smoke that came pretty quickly. There is no such smoke this time around.
Does any sense dead people?
Not from this length away. That's only sort of like in an immediate proximity sort of thing.
If I cast detect thoughts and I start searching for surface thoughts from the people that are running in, would I be able to? I'll be looking for information whether someone's made a false alarm or whether someone is actually seeing the explosion and know where to go towards.
Before that, can you guys, those who's interested, because everyone's been pointing and sort of like indicating it's that direction, roll me a perception check first, please.
Or we do that.
I think we should probably ignore it.
I don't think you can do that in this group.
Well, no, so the problem is, again, the more we delay getting to their job to start watching it, it's just going to be another lab explosion where there's nothing actually useful for us to learn there. And the issue is if they get away, more of these labs are going to be exploding. So the quicker we catch them, the better.
Baylor, it's really hard to make out what's happening. There's a lot of people moving very quickly. You knew, even from the Lord's mansion when you came out, there was a massive pillar of smoke when there was a lab explosion. You see no such smoke this time around. And you can't exactly really see anything for that matter. But what you hear, and you pick up on in between everyone's footfalls, you hear a lot of snapping of wood, crumbling of stone, and on a large scale.
I'll share that with the group. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm seeing. Oh, hearing, yeah. And noticing.
Sid feels a bit on alert. Is there anything he can notice or see or feel or smell?
Not from where you currently are.
I don't think this is another lab that exploded. I think this is something else.
Do you know where it's coming from, the sound you're hearing?
With your perception check of 25, you are able to not necessarily pinpoint, but know the general direction. And the reason you're able to know that general direction rather easily is that it's in a familiar direction. A place you were not too long ago, just yesterday, in fact. It's coming from at least roughly where Gander's house was.
Harry had a drug lab. Gander.
Um, I think that's something we need to check out.
Yeah, lead the way.
Maybe we split up. Maybe some go north and some of us go south.
Okay, well, I mean, considering it kind of involves it a bit more now, considering it involves him, like, it's also pretty close to us as well, I think. We should probably just go check it out.
It is
If we're going
pretty
to rush
close
there,
to
though,
you.
consider carry me so I don't just slow everyone down.
Yeah, that's fine. Can. I mean, does he have enough strength to kind of be like on my back, like piggybacking, or do I
He
have
is
to,
so
like,
light that
hold him
you're
like a
not
baby?
even going to be impeded or moving at half speed. You're just going to be able to run at full speed as long
but
as you
does
can.
he have enough strength to hold on to me, or do I need to like hold him like a baby? You know?
I imagine you just had him on your back and you're just like holding
Okay,
on his
good.
arm so
Yeah,
he doesn't fly
piggybacking.
off.
Okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
as you do run, his whole body flaps up like a cape without even the weight enough to hold
Okay.
it down.
Yeah, that's about right.
You all start to run in the southeasterly direction towards Gander's house. You run along the main street initially at first, and as you come to the steps that lead you up towards the upper ring of the city, you hear this a lot more distinctly. You hear a lot of snapping and splintering of wood. You hear people screaming. You hear all manner of people crying. You hear crackling sounds, a source of which you can't really tell. But as you run up the stairs and you turn the corner, you are met with a sight of complete destruction. Houses that have been smashed half open. There wasn't any explosion here. But what you do see scares you more than anything that you saw yesterday. You see in a massive area of debris where you remember Gandor's house used to be. Smashed houses all around. And you see something large, glowing, and purple. You see a giant hand, all the way down to like the elbow, coming out of the ground. Energy pulsing
the
and
new,
crackling off of it.
The new Wild Patch. Is this Dimensius? By any chance?
Yeah, void shit going on.
You see on this hand stands a person. A person whose skin pulses with purple-like veins of energy all over. Hair standing on end and clothes torn apart and singed around the arms. You see Gander laughing maniacally. You watch as he swings his hand, and out of nowhere, a spectral purple hand rushes out of the middle of nowhere and then slashes at a building, slicing and tearing down a wall. You watch as a person who's inside of that screaming gets grabbed by this hand and brought closer and closer to him. You watch as
Is this the guy we
Gandor
just interrogated?
raises his hand and closes his fist slowly. And you watch as all manner of light and energy leaves this person's body and enters inside of Gander. Oh. You Haywood's Wanderers. Oh, I'm gonna have fun here. He spots you out of the crowd, Andros, on Cedric's back as you look over to him.
Would he recognize me as a cape?
He does. You're such an idiot! You squandered this. All this! What? Nothing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill all your friends and make you watch. Everybody roll initiative, please.
Just one question. Gander is fairy.
Yes.
Okay, because that was very... So your patron gave him your powers, and he made a mess.
Basically, he's given me a reason to kill him.
Well, let's see if we can. Right, yeah.
All right.
Have I pressed the wrong one?
Actually, sorry, don't roll initiative yet because I just realized I haven't made the map for this yet.
I
So,
imagine it's just going to be a big hole.
Take a break. I can make some food.
oh man.
It's just
Hey,
combat.
I
We're
said,
good.
I tried to kill him, but you guys said no, and what happened?
Oh, you're blaming us.
So the guy,
Yes.
the guy who's been drug dealing that we interrogated is now possessed by Ael's little demon that wants to kill everything.
He's been given power by him, and I assume he's been given the spell that Ael was meant to use, and basically increase his power every fucking time he kills someone with it. And now he's powerful.
I would like to
And-
question, because it does have a cooldown of a long rest.
Andros still has that spell though, right?
Yeah, he does. That's the only spell he
Yeah,
has.
my first thought is, Cedric, can you throw me at him?
Obviously, yeah.
Just use that spell on him, surely.
It's
Mhm.
making a range spell.
I can throw you over him. I can throw you wherever. I can throw you
Well-
like, really high in the air. You can do something.
Well, no, if it's really high there, I'll just die.
I think if I would just throw you in general, you'll probably just fucking die. But
I've got 10 temporary hit points, so I can take a little bit.
We're taking a break. Is that what's happening?
No, I am just real quick, just
You can
drawing up a
Photoshop
bunch
them,
of rough buildings to like indicate the area.
okay, but
I'm gonna go for a quick pee while you're doing that.
Yeah, go.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can.
taking a break.
Sure, if you want, yeah. Oh god, I don't even have a thing. I can just use this for now. Okay. It's scuffed, so don't laugh, but here's the rough
Why
quick
laugh?
sketch battle map. You guys are coming from the
Wait, where is
stairs
it?
in the top left.
That is scuffed.
I told you, alright? Give me a break. All
me a
around
break.
all around Gander is a bunch of debris. The big area he's in used to be a bunch of houses that you walked around just yesterday. You see a litany of dead bodies lining the floor.
Is that Gander, the tentacle man?
Yes, that's just, he doesn't actually look like that. It's just Gander, but I don't have a token picture ready.
It's a placeholder.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, by the way, but now you can roll initiative. Now that I've got
We already
two.
did.
Initiatives are all rolled.
Oh, you've already rolled it. I'll just input you guys manually.
Why does Baylor have 2 on his?
He's got advantage for some reason.
I do have advantage for some reason.
Is that a mistake, or do you actually have advantage?
No, I actually have advantage.
Oh. For some reason.
One Zinni in there. Zinni got a 19. And Sid got a 13. Okay. Where's my notepad?
I'm only seeing Zinni and Sid on return order.
You don't see them?
I only see Zinni and Sid.
Oh, you don't see the others? Fuck.
No.
Okay, hold on.
Looks like just F5ing. That helps.
Baylor,
Now I see Baylor.
Andros, Anxie. Baylor got a 22, Andros got a 12, Anxie got an 11. There we go. Now you're all properly ordered, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Place yourselves on the map, because you just reached the top of the stairs. In the top
Got
left.
2 AFK.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah. You guys can put yourself on now.
Where are we? Top of the stairs. Okay. How do I drag myself again? I can't remember. Oh, there we go. I did it.
Okay.
I tried to do that like 4 times and it didn't work, and then when I asked, it worked.
That's how it always is. Hey, this is very scuffed.
How the fuck do I move my software? No, never mind.
Does Cedric still have that expand?
He must.
My pizza's here, 1 sec.
Oh, sure.
Does anyone know if he still has that?
He does, he does.
Okay, I'm going to take that, I think. The only way it could be slightly useful inside, I think.
Do you know what it does?
Massive
Gets him
boost
high.
perception, which seems useful. Charisma, I'm not sure if that's going to help too much, but yeah. Perception's good.
Oh, the takeout's going really well, guys. I think we're onto something.
So the question is, if I use Rend Essence on him, is he going to one-shot him? Or do we actually need to kill him? Is the question.
Can you link it again?
I mean, it's only 2d6 necrotic damage.
Oh, dude, I think he's
but-
being buffed.
It could also be a case of, yeah. I mean, as soon as whatever it is takes away his powers, he's kind of useless.
Brother, Dax did not just paint this Leo map for nothing. For you to just use your spell
The
on
issue
him.
is then you need to make sure you don't actually kill him. Is the only thing, like with if you're casting fireballs and all that.
You can.
Wait, it's him or I go find an orphan.
To the orphan thing, it's fun.
Actually, that's the point. Is anyone injured nearby?
There's a lot of dead people, and there's a lot of people still hiding in their houses nearby. People that are just ambiently nearby are either dead or far away from this place.
Zinni's ears are twitching. Her eyes are glowing.
Let's fucking go, Zinni.
Zinni, as you watched him grab that random civilian and do whatever it is that it was, but it sucked everything out of them, you didn't hear, but you felt a scream unlike any other you've heard.
What's happening?
Is when he
This
picked
man
up
got
a random civilian.
everything sucked out of him and then he let out a scream?
Yeah.
Hello?
I mean, I would like to mention that it's obviously favoritism because it sounds like his renaissance doesn't have a long rest cooldown.
You are being punished, aren't you? So
Well, it's like, yeah, okay, prove it. Oh, you're a raisin. Go fight this guy who's really powerful now. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I was just going to sneak in while he's sleeping and kill him.
Well,
Yeah, I am back.
To know, I anticipated not many fights and prepared a lot of RP spells, so this is going to go excellent for me.
I can hear everyone, but I'm making some nachos.
Okay. Well, we can do the first couple turns then. Baylor, it is your turn.
Let me see this room actually.
So, do we just want to fuck this guy up? Or do we want to talk him down?
I think it's a case of fucking him up and then murdering him.
I don't think there is.
Alright.
There is
Don't-
talking.
Yeah, okay, I was about to say, don't try and talk me out of killing him after this.
I don't think Sid was really thinking about the talking direction. Probably just charge.
It's fucking killing people in front of us and sucking them off.
Whoa!
There's a
True.
little call lightning to start with.
Oh, Citric, I'm still on your back. I want to get into melee range. Can you achieve that?
You want to get a melee range?
I do.
Stay less.
DC 15. That is a 13 fail. Go ahead and roll damage. You watch as dark, thunderous clouds form up ahead, out of nowhere. You look over to you and you see Baylor closing his eyes, sort of like holding his hand up towards the clouds. And you watch as he pulls his hand down, lightning shoots down from the clouds and zaps Gander. You see that he takes the damage, however, you don't see that it has the same effect as it should have done. He has taken damage, but potentially not as much.
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up is Zinni.
Why do we always have to start a fucking 1,000 miles away from shit? What's my range again? I get a bonus range, right? I get double range.
You have Spell
60
Sniper, yeah.
60.
You've
Yeah.
60 feet plus extra to any spell. That's a ranged spell already. It can't be a melee spell.
So I'm here. Okay, cool.
For reference, I think CC spells, if we have any, are going to be more useful. Because got a feeling he's going to do quite a lot of damage if it hits you.
I ignore the voice of reason and do as I please.
I respect that.
Purging Bolt's 120 feet.
That's
Range
without the plus 60, by the
60.
way. So you've actually got 180 feet
Yeah.
range.
But he's 120 feet away from me.
Hmm.
What else can I do? Oh, that one I have to be right next to them. Didn't read that, but I took it. Fuck it, I'm gonna twat him in the head with the Purging Bolt.
A 21 does hit. Roll damage. Oof. You, with your eyes glowing, Zinni, you sort of like hold your hands close together and you watch as some violent greenish spike of energy starts to form in your hand. And you point it at him and poof, you watch as it fires from your hand and and smacks him straight square in the shoulder. And you see... You see the mark on his shoulder that you've left. It has dealt damage, but it hasn't been quite as effective as you might have wanted it to be.
So he's taking reduced damage.
He is.
This guy's cringe. And by this guy I mean Dax, because he is right in the story, so...
Cedric, how far can you run in one turn?
Yeah, I think I can reach him. I think I can rage, go in eagle form, so to say, which makes me able. 1 second, I'll read it to you. Where the fuck did I read this to? Eagle. When you activate your rage, you can take the disengage and dash actions as part of that bonus roll or bonus action. When your rage is active, you can take a bonus action to take both of those actions.
So it doesn't
I
work
like
on the
five
turn that you
plus
activate
then.
your rage, but it will on the next turn.
But how far can I get?
You have 40 feet if you
Yep.
use your action, and dash, that'll be 80 feet.
Okay. Does that leave me still with an action? I can still throw my javelin at him, can't I?
No, so dashing takes up your action, which is taking up your attack, basically.
Okay. Fuck. Well,
No, but if I'm on his back, I can throw the javelin, can't I?
You have
You-
a strength.
It does go off of
I have-
either your strength or dexterity stat.
Okay. I've got a better idea then anyway. As long as I'm still on his back, so I'll be carried.
I'm sorry, there's 2 sits now. Fucked up.
I got you.
Thank you. Alright, do I give my javelin to Andros?
No, I've got a better idea.
Yeah. I mean, this must be a funny sight, though.
You've moved pretty close, though. So which rage did you pick? Did you want to pick Eagle then? Because you're already sort of in range now.
No, I don't want to pick Eagle. I want to pick. 1 second.
It's either bear or wolf, right?
Yeah, Bear Wolf. What kind of damage does he do?
I haven't seen yet.
We don't know. We don't know yet. Yeah, I'm gonna go Wolf. That's insane, actually. Once I get close with Andros, because that will give him advantage on attack rolls against enemies that are within 5 feet of me.
Okay.
That's a good play. Damn,
That is a good
I haven't
play.
used that one yet. Yeah.
So your wolf rage is active. Andros, it's not your turn yet, because Gander is going to use a legendary action. You watch
Is it a
as
reaction to kill Andros.
he starts to laugh maniacally, and he raises both of his hands, clenches his fingers, and rips downwards. And you watch, all of you watch as spectral hands reach up at you from the ground right next to you and start to claw into you. Everybody roll me a dexterity saving throw, except for Andros.
What's that range? Like throughout the whole fucking floor. Oh, dexterity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll reroll with lucky.
I'll re-roll with my inspiration.
Can I assist Cedric?
Oh,
in
way
any way?
better.
You cannot.
If you have inspiration, it might be worth using it, guys.
That's so Anxie and Baylor rerolled. Ansi succeeds. Baylor fails. Cedric fails. Zinni, can you roll dex save, please?
Find it, yeah.
Dex
Dex
save should be along the top.
Let's check.
You also fail. Everybody who fails takes 9 points of necrotic damage as these hands dig into you and drag and rip at you. You don't see any physical marks on you, but it 100% ripped into you some way, somehow. Also, this 9 damage that you've taken cannot be healed.
That was me.
Yes, everyone take 9 points of damage except Andros and Anxie. You only take half, so you take 4.
Hey,
Do I still
Core.
take 4?
Andros, you don't take any. He's not aiming at you. He said he wanted to kill your friends and make you watch.
I mean, that actually is a benefit to me because he could probably one-shot me. So
Andros, it's your turn.
okay, how far am I from him? Okay, can I throw something at him?
Sure.
I would like to throw a flask of oil at him.
Okay, roll me. It'll just be a general dexterity check. It's light enough that it doesn't require strength. This man is currently
fair.
floating 20 feet above the ground. You huck it as best you can, but it barely even reaches the hand that he's standing on. And the oil splatters onto the ground.
Okay, well, it's not required anyway. Just for show.
Is that your turn?
I mean, it's 20 feet flying in the air. I've got 15 feet of movement. I can't do anything anyway, even if I wanted to.
Okay. Anxie, it's your turn.
Yeah, I know. So I move here,
Mm-hmm.
and then since he's quite far away, I will first use my innate sorcery. So I look at him, and while kind of angry that we let him go, I start shining a bit. There is a bit of blue energy around me from the innate sorcery. And once I do that, I cast Sorcerer's Burst towards him.
Okay. Roll to attack.
With advantage, and that definitely should hit.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And I'm picking force damage. Can I? Oh no, I don't see it in the thing. So I'll just do. Well, let's do psychic because it's fun.
Okay. You hurl this ball of chaotic sorceress magic, and it impacts him in the other shoulder that Zinni didn't hit. And you see that it doesn't have the same effect than you would expect it to. He takes damage. Not as much as you'd like.
And that's it for my turn. I have nothing else to do.
Top of the turn order. It is Gander's turn. First of all, you watch as another civilian gets dragged in from behind somewhere to the southeast and gets dragged up to Gander. And you watch as he reaches out his hand without even looking towards them, crushes his hand, and you watch as their body shrivels and crimps, and you hear bones break, and they drop them. A mess, a crumpled mess. Not even any blood left in the body, and you watch as the purplish energy of veins running over Gander pulse ever stronger. Oh, it feels so fucking good! Everyone's gonna pay. You're all gonna die! Okay. So, first and foremost, Cedric, you see a giant hand at about eye level to you come out of nowhere and start to try and push you. Roll a strength check. Contested strength check.
Okay.
I'm very assisting by just saying, like, Cedric, you can do it.
Well, apparently not.
That
Are you raging?
fails. Oh wait,
I am raging.
You get advantage with strength
He
checks.
gets advantage.
Sorry. Good call. Good call.
I got you. Oh, here we go.
You save. You are not pushed back 15 feet.
Okay.
Gander then looks to those of you in the back, and all of you see that the ground beneath you turns to a sort of blackish tar. And from this, you see several hands start to grip at your feet. You are all considered rooted until the start of your next turn when you have the chance to save out of it.
Okay.
He then clasps his hands together, twists them, and you see him pushing his hands against each other, and then flings his hand out, and you watch as a giant, violent wave of purple energy starts flying towards three of you in the back row. Everybody roll a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Wait, that's 3 spells in a row. I assume 2, because one was probably a bonus action for the big Vis hand. What are we rolling?
Dexterity saving throw.
Alright.
Disadvantage.
Not you, Sid. Is it the three in the back row?
Got it.
With disadvantage.
Yes. The three of you all
And
fail.
I'll reroll,
Oh,
just in case.
three of you all fail. You take 20 points of lightning damage as the impact hits you, and you're left in place as you feel the jitters run all throughout your body. This damage could be healed.
Okay.
But just bear in mind, those of you that were hit for 9 damage, that 9 can't be healed.
And the
Dex, I have
4?
a question.
Yeah, and you're full. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I have an ability which means that enemies can't. I ignore resistances to necrotic damage. Would that be applicable here or no?
You know what? It would. Your ability does ignore resistance to necrotic damage, so that 15 damage you dealt actually dealt a full 15 damage.
Dinny's OP.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor, it's your turn.
Okay. He's not moved at all, right?
He has not. He's sort of staying in place currently.
Right, well. We'll start with another little cold lightning.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. I need to do con save
You do need to do con save to keep Core Lightning up. That's right.
Okay.
That does save, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, con rolls every time they come up, I always forget what they are, but I'm pretty sure that saves.
I always think it's 15. For some reason. Okay, so then that's still up then, so I will then do a little Call Lightning.
Is that a bonus action?
No, it's an action.
Oh, it's an action once it's up. Okay.
Sorry, how much damage did we take from the last one?
20 from the last one.
Oh my god. I just realised, I've just learned that I could have used a lucky point to avoid.
Try to avoid. It was at disadvantage, so you already were pretty unlikely to save.
Yeah.
Sorry.
20.
Baylor, you watch as you call down this lightning. Gander is once again not paying attention to what's above him, and he makes no effort to dodge it. But then you see as the lightning comes down, quick as the lightning comes down, you watch as a hand appears out of nowhere and swats your lightning out of the way, scattering it, dealing no damage.
Not even half?
None.
Damn. Okay, so who's got the least hit points at the moment?
By 11.
Maybe Zinni.
Okay. Bonus action, I will Healing Word on Zinni.
Okay. 8 health back, Zinni.
Did you roll a save for whatever we are in currently, Baylor?
Oh
No.
yeah. Roll a strength saving throw to try and get yourself out of this tar and the hands keeping your feet clawed to the ground.
Don't have a lot of strength.
19 fails.
That's the
Damn.
maximum I can roll.
Okay, Zinni, it's your turn.
Oh. What should Zinni do?
First of all, at the start of your turn, roll a strength saving throw to try and get out of this tar. Ten fails.
I want to ask some stuff about my spells after the session. Can you remind me, please?
Absolutely.
All I can do is damage from here. Oh, mark a spell slot down. How do I do that? It's locked. Does it auto do it?
It shouldn't be locked. When you go to spells,
Yeah.
you where the lock is, you have a
Yeah.
bunch of spell slots. Can't you not click them?
Nothing happens. Oh, there we go. It worked now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you had one for Purging Bolt last round. Now you use your spell for this round.
I am going to. I'm going to use this spell.
Okay. So he has to roll a Constitution saving throw. What the fuck is that? It's
You've lost.
it's literally just a 4, but I'm looking at it the wrong way. I'm like, I've never seen this symbol in my life before. What is this? And it's just a fucking 4, but turned on the side. Holy shit! He fails. So he currently has disadvantage on strength checks.
Good.
On all strength-based d20 rolls. So that's like attacks, saves, and everything.
Move, so
Okay, it's my turn.
It is your turn, Sid. Actually, no. Gander's going to use a legendary action, and you once again all see a bunch of spectral hands reach up towards you and try to grab and claw at you. Everybody roll a dexterity saving throw. Except Andros.
A disadvantage because of the shit, or
Those of you that rooted, yes.
I have advantage because of rage. Not dexterity, right?
No, it's a different barbarian ability. I think it's called Uncanny Actions or Uncanny Instincts, Keen Instincts, something like that. You get dexterity advantage on anything that you can see. So you can see the hands, you do get that at advantage.
So I can roll advantage.
Yes, go roll again once more.
it's platinum negative.
Right.
Everybody fails. You take 13 points of necrotic damage as this all reaches up and starts clawing into you. You see these hands, these horrific looking purple spectral hands claw into you, and you still, again, don't see any physical marks on your body, but you feel something ripped away from you. This 13 HP that you've lost cannot be healed back.
We are in
Should I do my
danger.
con save now?
Yes. So it's 13, half of that, so you just got to roll 10. 19. Cool Lightning stays up.
My turn.
Is Rave Enfeeblement a concentration spell?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Yes, it's got C.
Oh, it
Yes.
is. Has a C.
Okay. Roll a Constitution saving throw, Zinni. You need to save for a 10 or higher. Otherwise, you lose concentration of the spell and it drops.
Can I roll? Wait, why do I have blanket cold advantage? Well, we're at blanket advantage on saving throws against extreme. It's just automatically been.
Automatic
Do I ignore
advantage
that?
on con? What is that for? Don't know what's giving you that. Gnomes have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and
Don't know.
charisma. I don't see anything in your thing that says you should get advantage on con.
It just says in cold anyway. Weather.
Oh, just in cold weather. Okay, maybe never mind then. Go ahead and just...
Extreme against extreme. Can I use lucky to?
you will be able to if it drops.
Hello?
Uh,
Am I muted?
sorry, what did you say?
What does that mean? I will if it drops.
So if you fail, you can then use lucky to roll again. You're only just doing one roll for now, so you don't need to think about using lucky just yet. 15, you save, so you're all good. Brave Enfeeblement stays up. Okay, Sid, now it's your turn. Ran away from his PC.
No, I am. Okay. Well, first of all, I move closer.
Remember, this guy is 20 feet up in the air.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Well, anyway, I still move closer. Andrew should probably move with me, obviously.
He does.
So I am sort of in range. I call him my melee, so I'm gonna.
He's floating on like a hand, isn't he? Can we jump up to him?
Could I jump up to him?
You can certainly try. You don't know if you're going to find purchase on the hand or if you'll fall straight through, but you can definitely try.
All right. Well, how about this? Since he has strength checks, he can't really check, right? All right. He has disadvantage attack.
Mhm.
Can I jump at him, trying to tackle, grab him?
Grappling would be a contested athletics check, which is strength based, so he would do it at disadvantage.
I think I want to do that. I want to go at him.
Okay. First of all, roll. Actually, how is jump distance measured again? Isn't it like plus 5 feet for every 2 strength or something? Either way, I think Sid can clear a standing high jump of 20 feet easily.
Uh-huh.
18 strength. You're quite literally in contention for world's strongest man, basically. So you go ahead and you jump. Just roll an athletics check just to make sure you don't roll giga low and fuck up the landing or something. Jump straight up, absolutely no problem. As soon as you do, you land on the hand. You're there. As soon as you do land, however, he is going to use his reaction. You see a spectral hand come out of his body towards you to try and push you off. Roll another athletics check, please. This one saves. So you do not get pushed off. You notice that this hand that came out of him looks a little different than the other hands that have been attacking you and blocked Baylor's lightning slash.
Okay.
You are up here with Andros next to you. Or on your back.
I can still attack.
Yes.
That's what I do.
Well, are you going to attack or are you going to grapple? Which one did you want to do?
Well, since I actually... Well, I kind of... Since I wasn't sure if I would actually land, but now I am going for an attack, for sure.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and roll some attacks then, brother.
Oh, where the fuck was... Oh, here we go. Darting number 3. Just normal roll.
Actually, so before he attacks,
Mm-hmm.
can I
Wait,
give him my Void Flame Longsword?
No. It's something you would have had to declare on your previous turn.
Okay.
Hits. Here we go.
That does hit. Roll damage. Darling number 3 comes crashing down, and you watch as soon as the blade even just touches him, you see it grace his skin a little bit, and then a hand pushes the blade away. Takes reduced damage. You're free to roll again.
I can do another attack, yeah.
With Darling number 3 being launched back, you come from a different angle and start attacking, swinging from the side. And this time, the hand comes out ready and grabs Darling number 3.
No.
It's holding the shaft of the axe. Roll an athletics check, Scub. You feel as the hand that's come out of his body tries to yank Darling number 3 out of your hand. But he rolled a natural one, and you hold a firm grasp on your weapon and manage to pull it back, free it from his grasp. Andros, it's your turn.
So, just speaking out of character, I'm trying to work out, if I use Rend Essence, that could just solve it. But if it doesn't, then we're screwed because if I can only use it once per long rest.
Yeah. I mean, why would we be screwed? If it doesn't work like that, you won't be able to benefit from it later. That's it. So you're kind of screwed, I suppose. The thing is, we are kind of fucked right now. we need to roll at least a 20 strength check to leave the tar thing that we're having currently disadvantage in. We are also getting hit a lot. Like, I'm around 10 HP.
Oh, well,
And
I'm
we're
just
very far
thinking-
away, and he takes half damage, or even less.
I mean, so I've got two options I can use. One, which will do quite a bit of damage potentially, and Rendescence, which does much less damage, but could do something. Both of which are melee attacks, and both have the same chance of hitting.
Can you actually hit with a sword now that you're not a warlock?
So the only thing I lose from not having the thing is the proficiency bonus, but I still have advantage with Scott's Rage, and he has disadvantage on any like strength stuff.
Oh, I see.
There's a pretty good chance of hitting him still.
What's the call, Andros?
Okay, I'll be clever. So I just yell out. Well, the big guy wants me to kill you, Percy, but we'll get to that later. But I think you need to be in a bit of pain first. I ignite the void flame longsword and attack him with it.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
The attack still has the proficiency bonus, so just ignore that. Just -7. Right?
It wouldn't be -7, it'd be -3 from it.
Oh, -3 then.
That's a 15, and unfortunately does not hit. Your shining black blade swings down, and you watch as a hand comes out and just backhands your sword and dinks it to the side. You fool! You really didn't use this. I'll kill everything I see, even if it only gives me a fraction more. Oh, it feels good. Thanksy, it's your turn now.
Oh boy.
Hey, there was logic to that. The whole Eldritch thing wanted me to embrace the anger and all that, and I figured setting him on fire would kind of achieve that.
There is no reason for me to roll saving throw because my maximum is 19, so it won't work.
Why don't you roll
how-
anyway?
Check
I
what I
don't
sent
wanna.
you. Check what I sent you first.
Uh, I was thinking exactly that, Baylor. The thing is, I was thinking first I should leave this place I am in. I'm gonna roll to humor you, Dax.
Thank you, Anxie.
Is it disadvantage as well? No, is
No, it's a strength-based roll.
it? Natural 20, 19.
Fail, sorry.
I hate you. You suck. I wasted a nat 20. I was thinking first I should blink away, Baylor. I don't think, even if I become a giant ape here, I don't think I'm gonna.
I was just thinking the strength mod might get you the save you need to get out.
It might, but I'm not rolling another natural 20, just so you know. Okay, well, since it is quite dire and it's looking real bad, I have a bonus action and an action. Let's have fun with it. I will cast another sorcerer's burst. However, I'm gonna use twin spell for it, and it will be 2 of them. advantage. Because of my innate sorcery. And that's a bonus action, so I can...
First one misses, the second one hits.
Okay. It's 9, so let's do code damage this time. And once this happens, Anxie would be rather frustrated with what's going on, and she'll be like, well, we are in danger. I guess it's time to change the way I look. And then I'm gonna cast Polymorph on myself and turn into a giant ape.
You give us an ape noise?
No.
Fuck.
Yeah, if you didn't waste my natural 20 on something that didn't matter, I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna maybe do it.
Those of you that
Now
are
I'm
in the back
huge.
row and in the tar with Anxie, you see as she goes down onto all fours, but places her fists down onto the ground as she grows several times in size and bulks up in muscle completely. And you see a giant, muscular ape still stuck in the tar. Top of the turn order. Another civilian dragged in from the rubble. You watch they breathe lightly. Sid and Andros, they get brought pretty close to you. But you watch as, again, without even looking, Gander reaches his hand backwards, closes his fist, and their entire body crumples into the rough size of just even a football and poof, flops onto the ground. You see the veins, now that you're closer, you can see the veins in his arms are pulsing largely, like they're almost protruding from his arms themselves. And you can see it's like going up his neck and into his eyes. Every part of his body seems to be surging with complete uncontrollable power.
Well, within his rage, I mean, Sid sees this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And up close. He's already fucking angry. So he just shouts at Andros, like, what's the fucking play here? Gotta kill this guy!
Fuck yes.
Because obviously Sid, you know, he did his thing. He closed the gap. He swung twice. Fuck all happened. He needs advice from Andros. He needs input, and he realizes that.
You hear a maniacal laugh cackle from the power-drunk person next to you, and he looks directly into your eyes. Plan? Plan? Your only idea should be to run! You watch as he motions his hand towards you in a pushing style, and extending from it, a giant hand comes to try and push you off. Roll a contested athletics check, please, Cedric.
What do you mean with contested?
He's rolling a check against you.
Okay.
That succeeds somehow. You see as the force that's pushed against you, you just brace and you hold, and even with Andros offering a little bit of help, still clinging to your back and like putting his feet weakly into the floor, the two of you are just able to manage to fend off and not be pushed off hand and fall down 20 feet. A look of anger strikes across his face. Ah, whatever! You see as he puts his hand out in front of him. And you watch as several sets of hands reach out of the floor and then start pulling themselves out of the floor. 5 eldritch shambles have spawned in the ground. Nia, our favorite casters.
Are you trying to kill us?
Baylor, it's your turn.
I'm on 6 health. Can you not?
Yeah, I'm gonna bonus action a 2nd level healing word.
Okay.
Didn't he said when we took the damage, he said that we can't be healed, right?
Only from the one ability. So Baylor, I believe, took 13 plus 9. 22 of your HP can't be healed. So you can go up to whatever your max is minus 22.
Yeah, I'm healing Zinni though.
Okay.
How do we figure it out? Because he's already healed me for 9,
Well, what's your max HP?
40. I
You-
took 9.
So you can only be healed
And then-
up to 18 hit points. So take that 12 he's given you. And go to, I guess, just 18 then. You're probably going straight to full, right? Well, as full as you can right now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's your bonus action, Baylor.
Then I too will polymorph into a giant ape.
Let's fucking go.
And it's a Shambler right next to me, right?
Zinni, for the first time in a while, you feel a little smaller than the two people around you. Now that they are both 10-foot tall, giant muscular apes.
Zinni never feels small. She has a big heart
How
and a big mouth.
is a giant ape considered large?
It's a huge beast.
Oh,
Is what
so
it says. I would imagine it's large.
both of those would be in
Or
melee
bigger than
range of you
large.
now.
Yeah, I've got a 10-foot reach as well.
Oh, you could probably reach and grab Zinni then, even.
Probably. But I'm gonna take a swing at this one here.
Go ahead and swing.
So it's a 7 plus 9. So that's a 16.
The shambler that's pulled itself out of the ground has been staring directly at you the moment that it's pulled itself out. And as you go to swing at it, unfazed, it just moves its hand up and grabs your giant ape fist and holds it in place.
Is it strong enough to do that? Ape is strong.
Ape together.
You deal no damage.
While it's distracted, I'll take my second swing.
Whilst it's holding, you go and swing with your other arm and try and clap it from the side again. And it again, looking at you, completely unfazed, raised its second hand and holds your both arms on either side.
Hmm.
Would you like to move, Baylor?
Yeah.
Then
I think
make
so.
a strength saving throw.
Is it at disadvantage?
No.
22.
That succeeds. You are freed from the tar pits temporarily, and as long as you do not end your turn in it, you will not be rooted again. For reference, the tar pit is... Oh, fuck, that's...
Oh. And now it's bigger than your actual movement. No, it's not. It's real fine.
I'm going to stay in it. I'm going to put myself between these two and Zinni.
Okay. Given your size, you are able to stand over Zinni, in fact, and you still are in melee range of them technically, so they don't take an opportunity attack against you.
You don't wait. Question: how the
Mhm.
fuck do you have so many actions? Once you swap to an ape, you had actions.
That's right, you cheater.
That's a good point.
Because I stopped my turn and I'm like, did I?
No, that's right. Polymorph is an action. You shouldn't have taken the melee swings.
Yeah, I should have taken the melee swings, that's right. But I can
Oh,
still do the
fuck
movement
me.
at least, right?
Yeah, still do the
And
movement.
the melee
and-
swings didn't do anything anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a
that's
cool
not
moment
too
for me, though.
Yeah,
Nah, let's forget it. Doesn't matter.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Because I was thinking if I had an action, I would have went to Zinni and picked her up and left. But
Zinni, it's your turn.
Try and escape the tar.
Go ahead and roll a strength saving throw. It fails, sorry.
Will I ever be able to do it?
no, you won't. Your maximum is 19. You can't.
Oh,
It's
okay.
above 20. Don't even bother.
Okay. Um.
Do you have any
It's like-
spells that make you move? As in, like, do you have Misty Step?
No. I would have freedom if I prepared it, but I didn't prepare it.
Fair.
Um. So I'm gonna cast a spell and it's gonna interrupt my current spell, isn't it?
Only a concentration spell does. Like a second concentration spell stops the first one, but you can still cast other spells.
Okay. I'm just gonna Persian Bolt him.
Okay.
Can't resist it.
Normally, this would be a very difficult spell to hit for anyone in this situation, not only given the range, but also the fact that your allies are right next to him and Andros is basically covering him. But you have the feat Spell Sniper, which means that enemies do not get any kind of benefit from cover when you are targeting them. And that does hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
I wish 21 was the damage.
7 points of necrotic damage as a violent green spiking bolt of energy impacts him in the head, and you watch as his head violently falls backwards and then snaps back down in an inhumane manner. And because you
I
ignore
think that's all I can
resistances,
do, right?
you deal the full 7 damage to him.
Da-da-da-da. Can I can't, I always get this confused, but a bonus action isn't a cantrip, is it?
No, back cantrips can't be used as bonus actions.
Okay, then, yeah.
you have spiritual weapon.
I don't have it summoned, though.
But it's a bonus action to
summon.
summon.
Oh, I don't have it prepared. I have... How do I know what's a bonus action?
You would have to open it and see what it says. Most of them will say action, but then only some of them will say bonus action. There's very
If you
few
just click
stuff
on
that can do
your
bonus
spells
action.
tab, under the range column, it says if it's an action or a bonus action.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, for cleric, most of them are action. I think
Yeah,
it's only healing word and spiritual weapon, really.
I don't have it. I don't have...
Unlucky. I think that's you out of things to do.
Yep.
Cedric. Up here on this hand, energy pulsing. You can feel a crackling of energy all around you. Your turn.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot. So Sid noticed that both his swings didn't have that much of an effect. And he's like, I need something bigger to counter him. I need something bigger to, something that he can't counter. So, in the spur of the moment, I hold up my axe towards Andros and I tell him to hold it. To hold my axe.
Do you take it,
And I go-
Andros?
I don't see why not.
So Andros is holding my axe, and I go for a full-on grapple tackle with not just the goal of like holding him, but I want to get him off that fucking huge hand. Falling damage, I don't care. I just go for a full-on fucking rugby,
Okay. Go ahead and roll a contested athletics check to see if you succeed with the grapple, and then we'll see with the push afterwards as well. It's a natural 2 on his end. You are able to grapple him. Now, to
Yep.
push, it's just another contested athletics check to push him off the hand. He succeeds with a 17.
But is this strength though?
This is strength, so it will be at disadvantage. Well, that's a natural 20.
You gotta be kidding me! Well, can I at least roll strength? Why am I rolling athletics?
Athletics is a strength-based check. It uses your strength modifier.
That's true. That's true. Fine. Alright, so I've got to grappling him. He's not budging. Fuck me.
Being grappled, though, does mean that melee attacks against him will be at advantage.
And I do
They were
still.
already at advantage.
Oh yeah, because you have your wolf rage.
Yeah, well. And I still have one action to go. So, since Andros is holding my axe.
No, actually.
Okay.
The attack action allows you to attack twice, but the grapple is like, that's the entire action.
Got it. Alright. Okay. Then that's my turn, I suppose. Me holding him. Me
Andros,
hugging.
your allies are clinging to the edge of life. This is the most dire situation you have ever found yourself in. You go for the
Helpful doesn't
rend
even have a
essence.
button.
I'm going to shout at Andros to cast that big spell.
Nice.
Both
What do I
monkeys
ch-
doing
What
it.
do I actually roll for it next?
Cedric is holding him, and you see as you're moving rather slowly anyway, but Cedric catches this, and he maneuvers around Gander and puts him in a headlock and just pushes him towards you. You weakly reach your arm up, and your hand just barely touches his chest. As soon as your hand does touch his chest, however, though, your fingertips begin to glow very brightly, and you dig into his chest. The rest of your hand starts to glow. You dig further in more. Blood and viscera starts squirting out of the center of Gander's chest as you close your fingers, and you watch, and Sid, you're marveled as you hear this man's bones begin to snap, begin to crumple, as his body starts to squeeze, and you see, as it begins to go away, you get a better look at Andros. The energy's flowing into him. You see, first of all, his arm. Muscles come back to it. His skin filled out and no longer saggy, and you watch as the rest of his body starts to fill out in ways that it hasn't been for a day. Andros, as you start to get a better purchase and stand with your full strength again, Gander's limp body, held up just by your fingers embedded deep within his chest. How do you want to end this man's life?
Is my sword still ignited?
It is.
Okay, gonna attack. Well, gonna use that to ignite him.
You don't even swing it in. You just gently bring the sword in his direction, and you touch it against him. And you watch as the black flames engulf Gander, and he starts to scream the most visceral, painful scream you've ever heard. And you watch as his body chars away, and then with a final crush of your fingers, the man turns to dust, and combat has ended.
What about all these summons?
The shambles around you, you see them immediately fall down lifeless. The ground slowly starts to dissipate and return back to its normal stone. And Sid and Andros, the hand that you're standing on disappears completely. You instantly start to fall into a free fall. Do you want to make any kind of attempt to try to land?
Yeah,
I can
Yeah.
attempt.
I kind of catch Andros at the same time.
Ooh, okay.
Can I dash over there and try and catch them?
20 feet that they're falling. I'll say, since you spend a moment just like seeing the shambles around you dissipate and the
Do
tar
I-
leave. So I'll say no.
Quick question: do I have my wall powers back?
You do.
Do I have a spell slot?
You do.
I banish myself. Gives you a minute to catch me.
Well, Sid, as you were falling, you tried to grab Andros, but poof, he just disappears. And you fall. Roll an either acrobatics or athletics check, your choice.
How long will they be falling for? I guess he's falling.
With no amount of grace whatsoever, you just fall flatly on your 2 feet. Poof! That would have hurt anyone else a considerable amount. But you're 6.5 feet of pure muscle. You're not graceful, but that's how you do things.
Fair.
Well, the encounter has been survived.
I mean, we're not out of woods yet. I'm still technically falling.
Do you want to cancel your banishment early and let Sid catch you?
If I can, because I'm incapacitated or banished, so I'm not sure if I can cancel if I'm incapacitated.
That's fair enough, actually. Actually, no, I think if you banish yourself, then you don't incapacitate yourself, because I think it's part of the spell that you will on someone.
Okay, so yeah, I cancel it early then.
Okay. Sid, are you going to catch Andros?
Now, bear in mind, Sid, I'm still holding your axe. So you probably want to catch your axe at the very least.
Sid?
What?
You're going to catch Andros? I don't think you're going to catch Andros.
Sorry. I didn't realize it was my turn. Yeah, I'm gonna catch him.
Okay.
We're no longer in turn-based mode, basically.
Yeah, no, he disappeared. I kind of checked out.
Yeah.
You open your arms and catch him in a bridle hold. Andros is there. Once again, the man you recognize from before the withered prune he turned into yesterday.
Well, Sid kind of realizes the position he's in and how he's holding Andros. Little bit awkward. So he does catch him, but then right after that he does drop him.
Hits your bum a little bit as you get dropped on the ground, Andros.
Okay, I get up. Yeah. Wiping myself off the dirt.
I dropped my polymorph.
I gently grab my axe back from Andros.
Oh, I wasn't able to keep a hold of it. Yeah, it probably weighs more than I do.
Yeah, I'll also drop my polymorph.
You know, you could have done that quicker. Lots of people died.
I mean, if there was, is one. It specifically says, it needs to kill them to do special stuff. So I presumed it would just do absolutely nothing if it didn't.
Yes, but it seemed like a special occasion. Maybe it was different. How do we explain any of that?
Oh no, another, lab explosion. How terrible. Unfortunately, a lot of the fumes from the lab have gotten into the air and caused people to hallucinate a bit.
There's no
Do we
smoke
not-
around here.
Hmm.
Can make some.
Are we trying to hide something, or can we not just say there was, like, we can say exactly what we saw? There were people
Yeah, we
running
can.
away from this place, and we asked them what was going on, and they said they had an explosion. We came to check it out and found this scary man who
Is now dead.
started attacking us, so we defended
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah, but is there anyone around us, like any guards, anything? Do we have to explain how we dealt with this man? Or is it just us?
It's just you for the time being.
Should we check for civilians and try and bring them to safety?
You still hear plenty of screams, but they're decently far away at this point.
Do we see anybody around who's hurt or injured that's maybe unconscious that we can help?
Everybody around who's on the floor here is dead. Gandalf spared, no survivor.
Okay, well, to stop the guards asking questions, I'm going to use this alter self to look like I did.
Zni, maybe you can help these people pass through?
I doubt there's anything left to pass through.
No, that's sad.
It's a good point, Zinni. You're surrounded by dead bodies.
Yeah, probably gonna gentle release them all. I'm just looking. I'm thinking.
Your allies realize what your role is, and they start bringing some of the dead bodies to you so that you can perform funeral rites on them.
Do we feel the need to talk to any of these people? Do we want to know anything? Because I
don't
can't
think so.
talk to.
As you go to touch the first one to cast Gentle Release, you cast the spell, you lay your hand on their chest, and then something disturbs you. You don't feel the presence of their soul. There is nothing to push on into the next life.
What does it mean?
It means they have no souls because he devoured them. Your spell doesn't work on them.
What is that something to do with the demon, or? Yeah.
What your Gentle Release does is helps a person's soul pass into the afterlife. There is no soul here to pass on.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is Ael's patron the one who's taken all of their souls? And would Andros know that
Well,
is me?
it
I can
seems
logically deduce by seeing the guy like literally drain their soul that that's probably the case.
Zinni doesn't understand these things, so Zinni is just a bit confused.
It's the first time you've ever felt anything like this. You know that there should be a soul there. But no matter how much you reach out, there's nothing. The body just feels like empty matter.
Is this and then the next one the same?
Every one of them feels this way.
And is Gander's body here?
Gander's body, or what's left of it, is here as well.
Does it have no
Isn't there a
soul?
pile of
Ooh.
ash?
You also feel no soul from Gander's body.
Oh. Hmm. Would we be able to speak with him if he's dead with no soul?
I doubt it. Would
You want
there
me
be
to
anything
try?
worth asking anyway?
We can. Well, we can ask whether he knows more about
Oh,
the person
doesn't,
we are meant to find.
Doesn't speak with the dead also not work if like you're the people who killed him? Like he has to want to talk to you.
Well, you've killed him, not us.
Yeah, but I mean that's a technicality though. You can try.
It says
if
the
I try.
corpse must have a mouth. Since he's ash, I
Hmm.
don't think he has a mouth.
His body is like still mostly there. What was turned to ash was like the sort of like appendages, stuff around the edges. Like his torso's there, his skull's still there, his thighs and his biceps are still there, but like everything else has been singed and burned.
Uh,
You
Can I ask it 5
you visit-
questions? Corpse
sorry.
only knows.
How much does it cost to res someone? Material wise.
Expensive diamond.
Yeah, it's 300 gold's worth of diamond dust.
Okay, never mind then.
The thing is, it brings them back to life. It doesn't heal them, so
Oh,
it's
that's
not gonna.
so I was only thinking about resing him just to kill him again, but
No.
if it's going to cost anything, probably not.
I do get a spell later on that brings them back to life proper, like regrows all missing limbs and all that.
I've got this.
That's the same spell Baylor was talking about.
Yeah.
It
That won't
doesn't
cost.
mention anything about mats.
I think you're just looking at the brief description of it. If you ever want to look up a spell, all you type into Google is 5e and then the spell's name, and it'll tell you, give you like a full description if there is any more of it.
Oh, a diamond worth 300.
Yeah, which the spell consumes. So on consumption is the only sort of like material spells that we're taking into consideration. It isn't too long before a couple of guards start to approach you guys. What's going on? The whole place has been massacred. What's happened here?
We are as perplexed as you. We came here just a few, I believe, a minute or two ago, and this guy, and I point towards the Vander. This guy was basically sucking the souls out of people, and well, all that happened. We sort of dealt with him, but a lot of us are wounded, and we need to take care of ourselves now.
Okay. Stay here. Dave, you look after. I'll go get the captain. So
And we
don't
need
leave
to
it with me. Stay here, man. God. And the guard runs off. Dave, still here, left with you, quite literally shaking in his boots.
Dave,
Yeah?
how do you bury the dead here? How do you pay respect to the people that have passed?
We burn them.
Oh. We might have to do for all these people here. Pay respect.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
my hand on his shoulder. Go, calm down. You're safe now. We've dealt with the problem.
Oh,
This area's safe.
explosion yesterday and this today. What's the world coming to?
We don't know, buddy.
That's global warming. Things like this will become more common.
Are you guys wanting to do anything this time, or you just want to skip until the guard captain comes?
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, let's just gather around and wait for the guard captain.
When
Let's
he
try and do
arrives,
a short rest, because we are very fucked. Most of us.
to try and show what happened as well when the guy arrives, I can do like a major image just to show the guy like draining someone's soul. Show what happened.
Okay. Eventually, Zeklar comes. He was a guard that you knew was on duty pretty recently, and he's probably the closest captain. What the hell's happened already? What? What's going on?
Didn't expect to see you so soon again, Zeklar.
So many dead.
Yeah.
Turns out
Yeah.
Percy, or whatever his name was a pretty powerful wizard.
Perry!
Perry was it?
Bloody
Yeah.
nobody. He did this.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
cast major image to show.
The guard sort of like leans in and watches with very, very intent care at the major image that you cast, showcasing some of the fight and some of the actions that you saw Gander doing. Especially the part where he crunched a soul that was like right next to you. You had a very good vision of that.
Well, it's specifically the point, like, without us being in it. It's like, as we first got there, when he was doing that, basically.
Oh, that's horrific.
Excuse me, Zeklar.
Yeah.
You've mentioned this person earlier. You said he was connected to the explosions.
Yeah, he's, as far as we knew, just a peddler.
He might have been even more important. Do you know where his shop is, or his I assume maybe that's his home, but where can we look at his stuff? Maybe we can learn more.
Well, yeah, we were keeping an eye on him, and he lived right there, and you see him just point to the empty space filled with debris in front of you.
Oh, well.
Was there anyone else you've been keeping an eye on as well?
No, he was the only lead we had. Back to square one, I guess. Right. I'll go let the morgue know they've got more bodies on their hands. And thank you, by the way.
Did you see lots of civilians around? I assume some of them are still hiding. Maybe we can try and help them.
Yeah, no, that's what my boys are for. And you see like a troop of guards like jogging and panting, where you get the feeling like Zekla sprinted here, and the troop of guards he was commanding have only just managed to form ranks and get here. Boys, you know the drill. Search the area, find the survivors.
Okay, thank you. If you don't mind, we should go and patch ourselves. We are pretty bloody, and I show my body basically because I assume I'm very
Yeah,
fucking
you just
bloody.
hold up your arm that you were like holding close to your like abdomen side, and it just shows like a big
Yeah.
laceration across your stomach. Oh fuck, that's bad. You could go sort yourselves out, please.
How much HP do we all have?
11.
I'm on
Just checking,
7.
am I back to a normal amount of HP?
You are, your max HP is returned, but you are still on half HP. It hasn't healed you.
Yeah,
Sid's
we're-
probably still on like 80 health or something.
We're all pretty messed up. I think we need to go sort ourselves out.
At this point, as well, as a couple minutes have passed, that part of you that you felt got ripped at and couldn't be healed, you feel like a sense of yourself return to you. You can be healed once more. 10 minutes have passed.
Should we go back to the inn then?
Which one?
I think it's probably worth healing up before you go to the inn in the shady part of town in case there's a fight or something.
Get a short rest maybe and then go.
I'm pretty sure there's at least somebody who's on low enough health where if you trip over you might die.
I'm on 7 HP, so yeah. A fall would not do me well.
I mean, for reference as well, I will say, even if I did try to use Render since first turn, I would have missed with that roll anyway. If it's a melee attack, so it's basically the same roll. So it wouldn't have made any difference.
Yeah.
Except maybe I couldn't have used it again, so it would have been even worse.
So you're making
But
your
we
way
all
back to
survived.
the Lord's Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You walk back rather slowly. Those of you, some limping from your injuries, the rest of you who may be a bit more healthy, you're just taking a slow, somber walk, thinking about the horror you just witnessed.
If you think about it, the amount of damage that was done, there was a pretty good chance we took out one of the drug labs, though. Well, we didn't, but yeah.
You find your way back to the Lord's Garden. You want to go to your rooms, to the garden?
I'll go to the garden. Anybody wants to come there. But after seeing all that death, I need a bit of nature.
Yeah. I'll just follow him for some peace and quiet.
It really is quite something to witness death on that scale. See how fragile everybody's lives are. How easily everything can be snuffed out. You guys take your long rest. Short rest, sorry. Roll any hit dice that you would like, and if you want to have any conversations in the meantime, feel free to do so.
So I think the plan stands about the going to the other inn, though.
There is one elephant in the room in all this. Your comrade is back to normal. He woke up this morning and was but a raisin. But you all saw what happened. Dug his hand into that man's chest and cast a spell similar to what he was doing, and regained all his former strength back.
I will say under duress.
Andros, did you know that this was going to happen?
What, the Perry turning evil wizard? Oh,
Yeah.
no. I was planning to sneak out while you guys headed to Ivrin and just, finish him off myself.
How were you
seems-
planning on doing that? Sorry.
Well, I mean, pretty much the same way. Just, minus the whole, explosion and, him being evil sort of thing.
It seemed like he had similar powers to your own, summoning those eldritch horrors.
Yep.
Did he get them from the same place as you?
I would imagine it was an attempt to basically give us a reason to kill him, to force me to use it.
This being that's given you your powers is sounding kind of scary at this point. Looks like it was trying to get your attention, and to get your attention, it killed a lot of people.
That about sums it up, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of worrying. What's the purpose? What is it trying to achieve? And what does it want with you?
Well, it wanted me to use that spell, but to what ends, I don't know.
It gave its powers to somebody else, and it could have just had that person use that spell. But it wanted you. Why you?
I mean, it could just be a case of, if he killed me, then he would have, if Perry, whatever his name was, killed me, then he would have just, or it would have just gone with him instead.
Possibly, but the way he was speaking, he knew that you had these powers. He knew that this being had given you its powers. It just seems to me like this being wants you. It didn't want him. It wanted you. And that's why it caused that scene. To get you. I think we need to be careful. I think you need to be careful. I don't want to see this happening to you.
I mean, I was being careful, and that's kind of what led to it. That's kind of what led to this.
Yeah, true. I don't know what to do or what we do then, but going around killing people is definitely not something that we can do. And it's definitely not something which I want to see you doing either.
No, I mean, it's something where I'm going to try and hold it off as much as possible, and hopefully we'll just come across somebody we're going to be killing anyway.
I mean, these powers and abilities that this being has given you are pretty cool, and they've helped us out a lot. I'm just concerned of the cost.
well, the choice is run with it, or that happens again.
Yeah, you're not wrong. How do you communicate with this being?
I don't really communicate with it. It more like it just tells me in dreams.
If you can communicate with it, I think you need to try and find out what it wants with you and what its ultimate goal is with you.
I mean, I can try, but I don't think it's gonna have like a villain monologue. It's very much like 2 words or 1 word sentences at most.
We need to figure it out, because I'm still of the belief that this entity or this being is somehow involved in the rest of the Eldritch horrors that spawn across the island.
Oh, I mean, that goes without saying, I think. But I also think it's related to the doors.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we just need to carry on being careful. And if you suddenly get any strange urges that you think are going to get you into trouble or doing something you don't want to do, then call and ask. We're here for you. We stick
Well, I
together.
think-
We help each
I
other.
think next time it happens, I'll kind of have to go along with it rather than try to avoid it. So that's what's happened this time.
What if it wants you to kill us? What then?
I think if it wanted that, it probably would have already forced that.
And it never actually wanted you to do that?
I mean, it got me to kill you in a dream, but it's kind of a dream. And that was kind of self-defense on my part. He did kind of come at me with a sword.
Zinni, you've been in communication with the god. Do you think you can ask your god for advice about this entity which has given Andros powers?
Not until tomorrow.
Well, that's fine. No rush. But I think if we can learn as much as we can about this entity and how much trouble we could potentially be in or how much danger we're in, that's a good thing.
Honestly, I think the plan is clear. Andros will have to enter your dreams. And get the shit out of this fucking demon. Also, how do we actually enter your dreams?
Well, you see, I think the plan is I go to sleep and then Zin cast shrink on you, and you get really small and go in my ear.
Yeah.
In a
Funny, I
space.
shrunk to
And that's
six.
how it works.
That's how it works. Wait, I have to go into your ear? Hold on. Snoopy's looking at me so funnily right It's like, why you're putting up that voice? Oh my god. Yes, puppy.
He's trying to alert you. He's like, Scup, there's some weird, dangerous man in the house that keeps talking in a weird voice.
Yes. Yes, it was like
No,
full alert.
I think the plan is if it gets demanding again, I'll give you guys some heads up.
All right.
Okay.
Alright, well, alright, well, I'm not a scientific type of guy, but I'm kind of serious. Can't we just enter the dream? Fuck this person up, this demon or whatever. Just get me standing across it and I'll fuck it up, right? Like, can we do that? Maybe not in the dream, but is there any way we get in contact with this fucker?
I don't know. But it is something worth pursuing.
Does Andros not know a way?
No, I'm not aware of a way of inceptioning people, unfortunately.
Well, how does Andros actually feel
It's not a
about?
warlock spell.
How does Andros actually feel about Sid wanting to fucking demolish that demon, place an axe between its eyes? Like,
I think it would be an entertaining dream.
sure, but like, do you actually want to maintain your relationship with the demon because it gives you powers, or wouldn't you mind like your
Oh,
friends getting
I've
rid of it?
already tried sending things to chop at it and so on, and
Mm.
it doesn't do anything.
What's it called? You have a name for it, right?
Yeah, the bale for the clips.
There. So, Zinni, when you speak with your god, the baleful eclipse is what you want to ask about.
Bell for what? No.
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Well, mark my words. There's gonna be a day where darling number 3 will be placed between his fucking eyes.
Actually, in fact,
Is there?
okay.
I just wanted to ask if there was, like, from Zinni's perspective, there's a demon that you see in your dreams called the Baleful Eclipse. Tells you to kill people, and he dispossessed that man.
Demon's right term, but pretty much.
Well,
Sid is swinging his axe in the background a little bit.
what did you say? A different term just now that I could use?
You can hear Sid mumbling, "Oh, fucking eclipse between your eyes."
I don't really have a term for it, but I'd say probably on the same level as a god.
So if Zinni would say a godlike entity.
Sid does a kick in the background.
Did we get it? Okay.
I'll just use minor illusion to summon like a floating eye.
Imaginary headbutt.
Because I want to go right. So Zinni is trying to ask what information you can tell me about the baleful eclipse, because when I go into my dream, I want to, or not my dream, when I speak to Bone Maven, I want to have as much info as possible that I can share, right, rather than just be a fumbling mess and then.
I mean, I would imagine the Bone Maven's already aware of it, considering all the other gods won't come near this place.
You hear a big thump. It's just Sid falling to the floor doing push-ups.
So Zinni is going to go into the conversation and say, do you know anything about the baleful eclipse? It's a godlike entity that visits Andros in his dreams and tells him to kill.
I would also mention if it asks, it's the source of all the shambles.
Do I know that? Have you told us that?
He told you to
I mean,
ask
it's-
if it is.
Well, I mean, it's an assumption, but it's a reasonably made assumption. Considering
Okay.
if I have his power, I can summon shambles. If I don't have his power, I can't. The other guy had his power and he could.
You can see Sid's push-ups kind of slowing down, and he kind of lays out flat on his belly. The whole day is kind of getting to him. He's getting tired, and you can kind of see him falling asleep while still like swinging his arms a little bit, and then just like full on snoring. I'm asleep.
Is there anything else you want me to ask? Is there anything Andros is curious about?
I mean, I'd be curious as to why it's the only god that's here.
It's a question that's been on your mind as well, Zinni. The way Spriggett talked about you being the only one who could feel the god's presence on this entire island, words he used made it seem like you were some kind of chosen one, almost. It's weird. You're very cool, but like you're not like something that would be written in like a bard's tale or a storybook or something.
Gotta watch out.
That's where you're wrong.
Gotta watch out. In Zinni's dream, yeah, the Bone Maven might be like, "Okay, well, I need you to kill a bunch of people."
So you said you want to know why it's the only god here?
Bone
I don't
Maven.
understand that question.
Why the Bone Maven's the only god here on the island.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
that's
if all
not
the others are
relevant.
scared off, why isn't that one scared off?
and Zinni doesn't know that the others are scared off and that they're not present.
Well, I mean, they're not here. That's sort of the question. Like, why is one here but none of the others?
Zinni doesn't understand the gods well enough, I think, to be able to comprehend that or think about that. But I don't think it's relevant to what we're trying to ask, right? Because we're trying to ask about
Well, I mean, just ask what it knows about it then. If it knows anything.
baleful eclipse.
Zinni, how do you plan to talk to the Bone Maven, by the way?
I have a spell where I can ask.
What's the name of it? So I'm curious what the exact wording on it, because like it usually tells me to be vague.
Where's it gone? I know I saw it earlier, but I can't find it now.
I think it's probably a 3rd or 4th level spell. Oh, you may have, if you've not got it prepared, you may have to open up all spells, not just your prepared
Yeah,
spells.
I'm looking. I can't see it.
Divination.
Divination. I just checked the.
This spell puts you in contact with a god or god's servant. You ask one question about a specific goal, event, or activity that occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply, which might be a short phrase or cryptic rhyme. The spell doesn't account for circumstances that might change the answer, such as the casting of other spells. If you cast the spell more than once before finishing a long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get no answer.
So that's
Oh,
more
you
specifically
choose the
about
god.
an event in the future.
It's a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Could you ask it what would happen if I keep using wind essence? Like, that specific enough event.
I mean, even if I ask, I can ask that, but initially we were wanting to know if it's summoning all the shamblers, and I think that that's a relevant question,
Yeah,
right?
but
Because
it
it's
sounds like you
constantly
can't
happening.
ask like open-ended questions. Like, it sounds like it's like, is this event going to be good, bad, or neutral? If you can actually ask questions, then actually ask questions. That's fine.
It just says about a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days, but if shamblers are constantly being summoned in, then I feel like that's going to happen within 7 days, right?
One thing that's worth saying, Zinni, is that you've asked your god more direct questions before in previous occasions. When you've entered that dreamscape and when that one time you had that vision about a battlefield turning and eventually going grey and corrupting the land, you've been able to ask your god these more specific questions, but it was specifically in that dreamscape.
Yeah. I just don't. I mean, it's RNG if I get there, right? Because I have these dreams sometimes.
It actually is not. As a cleric of the Bone Maven, remember the other cleric that you spoke to said that she spoke about her being in the streamscape very much like a job, that she came here every night when she slept and shepherded people on into the afterlife. Remember when you were
So am
there?
I doing that every night? Because I understood it was like,
You can do. Sometimes you get involuntarily dragged into it if you don't try to will yourself there.
I don't see any notes how to personally get that.
If you sleep with a kind of intent to try to get there, you likely will.
I can try.
So there were some things that one meeting that you had with the other cleric was very, very eye-opening in that her dreamscape was basically empty. And you saw people pop in out of nowhere when they died. And she just shepherded them off straight away. But when you went to yours, there was thousands of people all there waiting to be shepherded.
So all the people that are dying on this island are waiting for me to send them into the afterlife.
What other cleric is around to do it?
Yeah, it's just me. Okay, well, try to force a dream. See what happens.
Okay. Something to do the next time you take a long rest. Anxie, how are you feeling in all this? You've been noticeably quiet. You doing alright?
Exhausted.
Understandably.
Actually, just listening to all of that, and she has nothing else to say.
I guess that really is a feeling that's spread across a lot of you here. This combat that you guys just had truly was exhausting, but not in just the physical. One of the things that made it so hard was the fact that each and every one of you, no matter what you did, felt pretty powerless. There was not a thing any of you could do that could even pale in comparison to the force that stood before you. Some of you are questioning your own strength. Some of you are thinking only that you need to get stronger. There's a lot out there in this big wide world. But on that thought is where we will draw a close to tonight's session. Whew. That was something. How are you feeling, guys?
It's always so weird that like it's been like what 4 hours? 4 hours? Doesn't feel like we've done 4 hours.
3.5 hours. Combat is deceptively long just because it requires everyone to take their turns. We only had like what?
Yeah.
3 rounds of combat,
turns.
maybe 2? Yeah.
Yeah, first round was getting close. Second round was me missing the sword. Third round was hitting with distance.
Mm.
Combat always makes the thing deceptively long.
True.
It was like Andros had a dream, and then we were at the inn, and then we saw hordes of people running away, and we went to see what it was, and then we had a fight. And
You guys did
My
spend a lot of
headcanon-
time making plans for what you were going to do.
My headcanon was
It
that
didn't fucking
entire thing
matter.